Armstrong local programming, you are most certainly welcome to have the heir apparent Chris LaRusso, the greatest wrestler in Pittsburgh history, talking to you right now. And it is an honor of mine to be at Pitt Fight. I, myself, am a graduate of the University of Pittsburgh, of course. Unlike these local peons, I actually went to the main campus where all the smart people went. But anybody who goes to Pitt Greensburg is probably used to disappointment in their life, and that makes them very similar to my opponent tonight, Lee Moriarty. Lee, I know you have aspirations of greatness. I know you want to be the next big star in Pittsburgh professional wrestling. But just like everyone in that crowd, everyone who attends Pitt Greensburg, prepare for a life of mediocrity and disappointment.
Without further ado, we are going to get this show under the road. So, I would like Kyle Harper and Cornell Brisby, please come to the ring and get us started tonight. What's up, Pitt Fight? Alright, I know you guys want to see action just as much as the rest of us, so I got a couple quick announcements real quick before my voice goes. I just want to first thank all you guys for coming out here. This is a dream of mine to break pro wrestling in Pitt Greensburg, and couldn't have done it without you. There's a couple other people I couldn't have done without all these people over here. They helped set up the ring today. They helped set up all the tables we have. I want to thank Flag Sigma for sponsoring this club. I want to thank Al and Lee Hoffman for giving me this chance. I want to thank 2PW for donating this ring we have. And I want to thank every wrestler, ref, camera woman, everyone here that donated their time to come put on a show for you. Now, Pitt students, I know this is a lot of your guys' first time at a pro wrestling show. So, let me give you a few rules. Cheer, boo, do whatever the hell you want, and show that we appreciate these wrestlers coming out here. And now, Cornell.
Ladies and gentlemen, get ready for Pitt Fight.
I'd like to introduce our ring announcer for the evening, Hank Hudson! Alright, our referees for tonight will be Nick Davidson, Joe McCoy, and CJ Sensation. For wrestling fans, before we begin, it's imperative that I ask you this question. And that question is, are each and every one of you prepared for no less than 8 blockbuster matches of knockdown, drag out, pillar to post, wall to wall, rock 'em, sock 'em, kick, butt, wrestling? Everybody, let's hear it! Alright, I think we're ready for the opening match of tonight's contest, one fall.
We are on the air with Pitt Fight opening matchup moments away. As the calculated and conniving Chris LaRusso makes his way to the ring for the opening contest, we welcome you from ringside. My name is Joe Dombrowski, Kyle Harper, Cornell Grigsby. I guess we'll get to you gentlemen in a minute.
To open up the first ever Pitt fight. Thank you all for coming out here tonight. People may not know this. I am actually a graduate of the University of Pittsburgh. Of course, unlike all you D- students, I actually went to the main campus with all the smart people. But then, if you're the kind of person who decided to go to Pitt Greensburg, you're probably used to disappointment in your life. If you're the kind of person who lives in Greensburg, you're probably used to disappointment in your life. And that makes you just like my opponent here tonight, Lee Moriarty. Lee wants to be a big star in this sport. But the fact of the matter is that it's just like each and every one of you prepared for a life of mediocrity and disappointment.
Harsh words from LaRusso. Gentlemen, we wouldn't be here without you. Pitt Fight University of Pittsburgh at Greensburg. How does it feel to be in the driver's seat for the biggest event of the weekend in the area?
Kyle, let me tell you this. I can feel the energy, the electricity in this gym. And I'm sure all these fans are getting ready for one of the greatest shows they've ever seen in their entire life.
The master of Tiger style, the apex of combat, young Lee Moriarty in his early 20s, but already making waves throughout the tri-state area, already toured Mexico as well. In his travels, Lee Moriarty certainly a star on the rise, regardless of what Chris LaRusso would like to say, and a great way to kick us off here at Pitt Fight.
Yeah, this has been an ever-growing feud. They've had several matches. Chris LaRusso, to my understanding, was Lee Moriarty's mentor. Is that correct?
Well, LaRusso is a veteran influence in the area. He certainly has helped a lot of athletes as a trainer and mentor in their early primitive years of their career, but they've gone in divergent paths since then. LaRusso can be very selfish. LaRusso can be very conniving, as I mentioned. Lee Moriarty, always in a good mood, smile on his face, just loves the art of pro wrestling, and this could be, even at just the start of this contest, a show stealer.
I totally agree with you, Joe. Lee's always here to pump up the crowd.
Bell sounds.
This match underway.
Yeah, Joe McCoy, the assigned official. It's going to be the martial arts acumen of Chris LaRusso against Lee Moriarty, who's a bit of a hybrid style. He can do the martial arts. He can do the lucha libre. He can do a Japanese style. He can do an American style as well. Lee is a student of the game. If there's a seminar, if there's a tryout camp, if there's any type of a ring within a 100 or 200 mile radius of either of these athletes, you can bet that one or both are usually there.
Yeah, Lee seems to always be trying to improve his style, but can LaRusso adapt is the question I have with fighting Lee so often.
Well, certainly LaRusso in control of the early going with a more technical style, trying to slow things down. Cornell, what do you make of LaRusso's comments? He wasn't too kind to some of your fellow campus mates.
Well, I'm definitely sure that LaRusso has had some choice words to say about everybody that he's ever seen. But I'm fairly confident none of that will matter, because he's got to get his head focused on Lee Moriarty, who's currently got a leg up on him right now.
Big smile on the face of Moriarty, who started his career not too far away in McKeesport and has branched out throughout the tri-state area. You see the confidence grow in this kid as the months go on, but LaRusso, nice elevation on the hip lock takeover, and arm drag deeply done. Moriarty in a bad way at this moment.
And LaRusso seems to be taking advantage of this match.
LaRusso in all his glory right now, gentlemen, he considers himself the heir apparent. He's the successor. He's the heir to the throne. All of the riches, all the accolades of pro wrestling are just his for the taking whenever he wants to, in his eyes.
Well, he's got to be worried about getting usurped, in my opinion.
That's one of them college words.
I use a dictionary.
Well, Lee Moriarty outsmarting LaRusso, who is so quick to brag about his education.
Moriarty calling up high. LaRusso too slow.
And you can see the elevation on Lee up the top rope that gives him the momentum to take LaRusso over. Switches directions midstream. LaRusso is not prepared for the quickness of the master of Tiger style.
Moriarty with the quickness quickly. Bouncing back up on his feet.
High elevation with the drop kick. Gentlemen, wrestling is often a game of leverage, a game of inches. It's also a game of chance.
Ooh, caught himself, luckily.
LaRusso out of the way in the nick of time, but Lee doing a great job now sneaking up behind LaRusso. Ow.
Oh, and a mighty chop.
Yeah, I don't think Lee takes too kindly to LaRusso's attitude either, but Lee has done a great job of using his body as an offensive weapon, using momentum, using leverage, using gravity, and LaRusso's now on the defensive.
Seems like Lee might know more about physics than LaRusso, honestly.
Well, LaRusso, beware of him. He passed the bar exam, and nobody likes a lawyer, least of all in pro wrestling. So LaRusso can still be very, very dangerous in and out of the ring. LaRusso tried to catch Moriarty coming through the ropes. Leg sweep. And seamlessly,
wow,
as the figure four on the legs now changed into a step over toe hold. Bending back with the Muda lock.
Oh my gosh.
Notice the pressure on the toe, the ankle of LaRusso bent backwards, the arc in the spine and the lower back as LaRusso has nowhere to go, dead center of the ring.
It looks like LaRusso raked the eyes a little bit.
Yeah, but he was near turned into a pretzel there for a second.
When you can't find an escape, sometimes you get desperate, and LaRusso's desperate to hang on to that ego that tells him he's better. Hangs Lee up and clotheslines him down. Chris LaRusso's been highly scouted as well, gentlemen. This is the best leg drop in the business for my money. Amazing elevation by LaRusso, now into the cover. One count only, but as I was saying, gentlemen, LaRusso's been highly touted in his own right. A former participant of the Ring of Honor Top Prospect Tournament. He's appeared in their dojo and their television and DVDs many times as well. A champion all throughout the tri-state area. LaRusso does not want his pit fight debut to be a loss.
No, we don't want it either. We do love our hometown heroes, but when they disrespect our campus, we got to have someone show them up.
You're showing bias, Kyle. We're just getting started here.
I mean, hey, he bashed my alma mater.
That's fair. You're allowed one or two. How do you feel, Cornell? Who don't you like?
I definitely feel like LaRusso.
What? Here's a cover here. 2 count only.
LaRusso can definitely have like some nasty things to say about anything, but right now he needs to keep his head in the game. All that showboating he's doing is more time for Moriarty to recover after his offense.
That's very true, and a great cause we are here for tonight in Connor's Cure in honor of Connor the Crusher Mahalik, WWE Hall of Famer, first recipient of the famed Warrior Award a few years back. Certainly the impetus of Connor's Cure and the fight to end pediatric cancer. All of these athletes here looking to find a cure, looking to donate to a good cause. Although LaRusso here selfishly, he likes the limelight, but most of us here because we want to be. And Lee just got hung up and flipped head over heels.
Now LaRusso looking.
Hopefully he's not down for the count here, Joe.
Looking to absorb every single ounce of.
There's a cover. It's almost like he feeds off of their hatred.
Absolutely.
Ooh. And LaRusso is best served to slow this pace down, control the tempo, keep Lee within his grasp. And as I say that, LaRusso may be a bit too big for his britches. He may be looking to take a chance.
It's definitely a smart idea to keep this pace slow, but is LaRusso keeping it too slow? Like I said moments ago, Here comes Moriarty with the quickness.
Lee had
thunderous elbow.
An uppercut that looked like it was straight out of Street Fighter.
It appears high risk, high reward was not the case in this situation.
Well, we'll see if Moriarty can capitalize. LaRusso is dazed and off balance, and he gets dropped.
What a slam that was.
And can LaRusso take, or rather Moriarty take this momentum, take this reprieve away from LaRusso to follow through?
Here come the strikes from the Tiger style of Lee Moriarty, looking to take advantage of the situation he's been placed in.
Lee is a natural in this game. He won a championship in his very first match ever. Not many can say that. Can his first match at Pitt Fight be just as successful? Double stomp connects. Kyle, who would you like to see have the name in the record book as starting out Pitt Fight with a victory?
You know, again, Joe, I really just can't get over that LaRusso would come out here and bash my skull right that. So I hope Lee bashes his skull in, honestly.
You're so spiteful. Nice takedown by Lee, shoulders down, and I'll nearly put him away.
Near fall.
Come on, Lee, you got to roll him out better than that. You got this.
Well, certainly the fatigue of this matchup, I think, played a factor in Lee not being able to hook that cover as tightly as he wanted. But, gentlemen, it's 11th hour time. Both men suck and win. We're going to find out what these men have left. And for Lee, it could be a second wind.
Lee seems to be calling for LaRusso's last words here.
Kyle, will I get sued if I say tuning up the band?
No, you're good. You're good. You got this.
All right, cool. Yeah, we got trips in our back pocket. Backslide for two. And Lee, again, cradles him, traps the leg, 2 count only. Again, the leverage game of Moriarty coming into play here.
Several quick pinfalls from him.
But LaRusso finding an escape for, the connected high with a knee. Sometimes LaRusso's martial arts acumen is understated, but effective there for 2.
Both men looking for these quick pinfalls.
But Cornell, looks like LaRusso's temper may be acting up.
Potentially could be his undoing in this match.
And Lee quick as ever.
Slips the arms between the legs. LaRusso tries to bridge up. Moriarty counters, and he beats him.
Oh my gosh.
Gets the win.
That was one hell of a pin, let me tell you.
We talked earlier about it being a game of leverage, a game of inches, and LaRusso tried to counter, but as his body moved, Lee had the counter already in mind, stacked him up, trapped the shoulders, and we are done. Lee Moriarty, a victory. Gentlemen, how'd it feel to you?
You know, I'm really glad Lee pulled this one off. He definitely took advantage of LaRusso's counter. He outsmarted him hella early.
Well, LaRusso will have to throw a tantrum later. It's Lee Moriarty the victory to kick us off here at Pitt Fight.
I am the Iron City Prince of Sin, Chris Taylor, and it is an honor to be here at Pitt Fight tonight to benefit Connor's Cure. Now, a lot of people are asking me, Chris Taylor, why are you here? It's simple as this. I'm here to make an impact on pediatric cancer.
What's on tonight? Alexa, launch Netflix.
Pit Fight for Connor's Cure continues. This next event will be a 4-round tag team match. Set up the red ball, the referee C.J. Sensation.
You know, there's a lot of tag teams in the world of professional wrestling, certainly a lot of tag teams in Pittsburgh that we've seen over the years, but there's no one better than Calvin Couture and Robert Parker Williams, Golden Sheik. Tell them about it.
Because Golden Sheik International, for Mambo. Golden Sheik International is the prime of tag team wrestling. Because it doesn't matter past, present, future. Who cares? We'll take everybody on because we are the real deal. We are what all of the other teams are jealous of. Because all jealousy is, you know what it is.
Jealousy is a disease.
Yes, it is. And I hope for all the tag teams in the Pittsburgh area and anywhere else, right? Anywhere else. I hope they get well soon.
Get your stuff in.
And that's all you people need to know.
Well, Golden Sheik, that's Calvin Couture on the ring apron with manager BC Steele and Robert Parker Williams. Calvin is the fashionista of professional wrestling. He has toured the world. He has sampled the best fabrics. He's been to the best fashion shows. And, God, he's dressed even more gaudy than either of us.
Yeah, seriously. I bought my suit at JCPenney.
You don't want to say that out loud. Calvin Couture and RPW here at Pitt Fight, set for tag team competition against a couple of hard-nosed veterans, and should be an interesting styles clash that we're about to see, gentlemen.
Well, Golden Sheik issued this challenge, so I'm curious to see who answers it.
Well, I can tell by that music, this man is on the way to the ring. And man, I feel like it's a few pillars of Pittsburgh wrestling history right before my eyes. One cool cat, Justin Idol, Marsh the Bull Gambino, and for the first time in this area, and I don't know how long, the one and only Devin Devine at ringside. Thank you, Hank. I knew you'd get there eventually. But Marshall Gambino, IWC wrestling here in the area, tag team dynasty, more tag team titles than anybody. Justin Idol has been dominant in a singles and tag team capacity for the past 15 plus years. Devin Devine, one of the most decorated athletes in the decade of the 2000s. I don't think there's a championship Devin ever wrestled for that he didn't eventually end up winning. And for these three veterans to be opposing Golden Sheik and BC Steele, and hey, RPW and Steele have been around the block themselves, but man, the power of Gambino, the precision of Idol, and the mind of Devine, this is a hell of a challenge for Golden Sheik.
Yeah, it's definitely a trio to be afraid of if I were Golden Sheik. I mean, they've definitely made some impact over a rise in their tag team championship tournament, but these guys are well-trained and, like you said, singles and tag teams. So I'm curious to see, with the mind of Devin Devine, how well-rounded this tag team will be together.
And there's no intimidating Marshall the Bull, no matter who you are, let alone if you wear a bow tie and have lips on your trunks like Calvin Couture. Cornell, if you're Golden Sheik, do you have a strategy of how you would approach this match, or would you just be in the parking lot by now?
Well, me personally, I'd be in the parking lot by now. But if I were Golden Sheik, I would definitely look to take advantage of any opportunity I can find. Because there's no outsmarting veterans of the industry like these men here.
Marshall at 280 pounds of raw power. Man who actually retired this past August, coming out of retirement for the important cause of Connor's cure, fighting pediatric cancer. And such a great vibe. It's been in the locker room all day for most of the athletes, not all of them. But so great to see the local wrestling community and certainly its fans coming together on a Thursday night of all times. Not a traditional wrestling night, but we're breaking new grounds and setting new traditions here at University of Pittsburgh, Greensburg. And Calvin Couture just got his face rearranged.
Yeah, well, what I'm seeing, it's the battle of the ties right now. Gambino's going for more of the traditional tie, but Calvin Couture, he's got a bow tie. Do you think that's going to play any impact in this match, Joe?
I think if it gets crooked, it's going to rent space in Calvin's head. He's very self-conscious about that.
That's understandable. We can't mess up a bow tie.
I think Marshall's outfit, it's more dressed for business. He's got the gloves, so there's no fingerprints. He's dressed like he's ready to make some offers that you can't refuse. Read between the lines. All I'm saying is there's some rolled up carpets at the bottom of the Allegheny River.
Back on track here. Gambino with a thunderous clothesline, turning him inside out.
And Robert Parker Williams is completely staggered. He has experienced a wrestler and a referee in his day, but he may not be sure what he is right now. One cool cat, Justin Idol, often considered one of the most underrated stars here in this part of the country, got caught with a shot to the eyes by RPW. Wait!
Oh, and some classic tricks by Justin Idol.
That is Idol in a nutshell, the oldest trick in the book, but it worked. Reversal. And the reciprocation fails miserably. Calvin gets it as well. That's when you go back to the experience edge. About 16 years for Marshall, about 20 for Idol. Look out.
Oh, my goodness.
Referee tried to get involved, and Idol got a bit carried away.
Poor CJ, he's just out here trying to officiate this match.
Now, Cornell, you stay seated. Don't get any ideas.
I'm staying right where I am. I have zero intention of getting in there with these experienced men.
Well, go behind by Parker Williams.
I mean, I guess I can understand Idol's confusion. RPW and CJ Sensation are wearing very similar colors.
Well, wait a minute. Idol, CJ.
Oh, no. And CJ Sensation with a body slam of his own.
I think CJ's had enough of being the whipping boy. And if I'm Marshall the Bull and Devin Devine, I'm making note of that. There may be a unpleasant conversation in the parking lot later.
Well, if you see, Golden Sheik has taken a huddle in this situation, trying to organize a game plan against all these veterans.
Well, hey, I mean, the referee can't count them out if the referee's busy reprimanding every lookout.
Instead of getting counted out, they took a timeout instead.
Something like that. There's no timeouts in wrestling. Cal, did you have a timeout provision in this show I don't know about?
I'm sorry, I must have gotten confused with football.
Happens to the best of us. And Calvin stomping away at the knee of Marshall. This is a smart strategy here by the Spitfire Calvin Couture, because you're not 280 and you're not the biggest powerhouse in the matchup if you're flat on your back.
Definitely a good idea to chop the big man down and keep him down is what Golden Sheik is looking to do here.
Now, gentlemen, the interesting question here, we mentioned earlier about the Rise Tag Team Tournament that Golden Sheik did very well, and this is, to my knowledge, the first time Marshall and Idol have teamed together. How do you feel that lack of experience together may affect their chemistry as we move on?
Well, while they may have a lack of experience being together, they have overall experience in tag teams. Like you said, Gambino Brothers, one of the most successful tag teams ever, and Idol has also had some relatively good success on tag teams. So I think that overall experience is going to play a bigger factor than them working together.
Idol, former founding father, former part of a tag team called Sexual Harassment, as Calvin, the legal man involved now, continuing to argue with the official, and watch Benjamin C. Steele. BC Steele gets his licks in. If you're not familiar with this guy, BC Steele is a stain on the underwear of life. He's somebody you never want around.
Yeah, BC, when I held my other charity show at my old high school, York Senior High School, he tried to challenge me to a fight, and I was over here on commentary.
How did he get back in here? How did Parker Williams and Calvin sneak him into their contract?
You know what? They probably hit him in the trunk. That's what I heard. I'm going to have a word with him after the show.
He may wind up there whether he wants to or not if Marshall has anything to say about it.
That's very true.
Calvin on top, count of one only.
It's going to take a lot for Calvin to get the big man down.
Certainly could, but Calvin has been, well, now he's throwing a tantrum, so I can't really talk nice about him right now. But crowd coming alive for Marshall. Calvin's been traveling and wrestling every single weekend. The fashion consultant of Katie Arquette, the current IWC Women's Champion, who I believe we'll see a little later on.
Well, he's not doing a very good job, Joe. You want to know why?
Why is that?
He hasn't given her a bow tie yet.
That is a very good point. Idol really wants to get in this ring, but he's already got his issues with CJ. That's a single-leg Boston Crab by Parker Williams, and BC Steele almost got it.
You know what? I wouldn't mind seeing Devin Devine throw hands with BC Steele.
I wouldn't mind seeing that. It wouldn't last long. It'd be quick but effective. At least Devin dressed up for the occasion. BC still didn't have $39 of stuff on, including his watch.
Double team action from Golden Sheik, but Gambino catching them off guard.
Marshall got them both, and clotheslines Williams, and Calvin dropped out his head in the process.
Honestly, Gambino could take down this tag team by himself if he felt the energy to.
Well, I'm not so sure, but I think Marshall believes that, but maybe BC Steel with another idea in mind. BC's got to rally the troops because there's nobody for his team to tag at this point, but Marshall has a fresh Justin Idol.
An Idol in.
And the Idol exploding. And you can feel that energy, you can feel that tempo sway in the direction of Idol and Marshall.
Idol bouncing around like a pinball.
Well, he does have cat-like reflexes, Cornell. That's why he's called One Cool Cat.
I figured. I
see
can
what
see
you did
that
there.
right here in this very ring. And a chop heard through this gym. And a second one.
Well, at least Williams had the shield of Calvin that time, but not anymore.
Well, Williams looks like he's about to throw his tag team partner under the bus to take another one.
And he did. Protect yourself at all times. And Marshall, there's no protecting yourself from the baby bull.
Yeah, there definitely wasn't a payoff in that one.
Hellacious side slam. And Idol measuring the fashionista.
Kick to the midsection.
Oh, this could be Spirit Crusher. This will do it. Action continues on the floor, but in the ring, Spirit Crusher folds Calvin up.
There's action in front of us here.
Yeah, Marshall Williams. Look at, don't get hurt, guys. Wait, Devin Devine's on the apron.
Looks like he's starting to direct some traffic. What do you think we're going to see here, Joe?
There's no telling. Idol, once known as an aerial icon in his own right, there's not much he can't do. Whoa! Devine just hung Idol out to dry, literally and figuratively. And Devin Devine.
What are we seeing here?
Oh my gosh.
I think we just saw the old double cross. Calvin on top, Golden Sheik wins. I can't believe that. It was a plan, a plot, a swerve, a sham, a charade, a conspiracy. We've been hoodwinked. And BC Steel and Devin Devine, apparently their long-standing relationship pays off. Idol and Marshall get the shaft. Golden Sheik get a victory, gentlemen.
I knew that suit was too good to be true, Joe.
Yeah, now we know who found it for him. Cornell, your thoughts?
This is absolutely ridiculous. You can't tell me that Devin Devine was actually like.
Oh, wait a minute!
Wait.
QB Blitz! He knows Devin Devine all too well. They've had their run-ins. QB and Idol have ridden a lot of the same roads. He couldn't stand around and let this happen any more than the rest of us wanted to. Oh, and Marshall caught Calvin, and Devin Devine pulled one over on his former running buddies. But QB Blitz, man, I've never been happier to see him straight from the Tri-Chi fraternity here to the University of Pittsburgh, Greensburg, and couldn't have been in a better time.
Yeah, it's good to see QB back in action.
I thought you might say that. What a moment for Idol Marshall and QB Blitz at Pit Fight.
Hunger exists in every county in America. More than 1 in 5 children are at risk. Armstrong continues to create awareness in our communities through Breaking Bread, our initiative to provide resources to food pantries and soup kitchens. Here's how to help. Stop by your local Armstrong office and donate non-perishable food items. Attend special Breaking Bread events held in your area, or volunteer at your local food bank. For more information, visit us on Facebook at Armstrong One Wire and click the Breaking Bread tab.
And now, wrestling fans, Pit Fight. For Commerce Pure, keeps on rocking. This will be a clash of the Titans. Sugar for one fall. Your referee, Nick Davidson.
Well, Pit Fight rolls on. Joe Dombrowski, Cal Harper, Cornell Grigsby. We got a most unique clash of ring styles, lifestyles, intelligence, body odor, you name it, we got it here. Well, Beastman's been making headlines regionally and throughout the country. Part of the Bruiser Brody Cup on pay-per-view a month ago. He's got a guardrail, look out.
We spent so long putting those guardrails in.
Beastman was in the ring with the likes of Michael Elgin and Sami Callihan about a month ago. A week ago, he was causing havoc down Carson Street in Southside Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I saw that. He walked into a Starbucks and just started shouting. People can't understand him.
Yeah. I don't really think he cares to be understood. I think he just wants to be heard.
I like that. Either that or he really wanted that triple frappa, mocha, cappuccino, whatever they call those things. Don't point at me. I have nothing to do with this. I'm wearing bright colors. That's what it's like, a bull when you see the red cape.
Exactly.
I'm going to put my jacket on you. Is that okay?
No, absolutely not. I want no part of him.
All right, I'll put you down for maybe. Don't have me talk that out. But Clash of Styles here because Kyle, who we're about to meet, is about the antithesis of Beastman.
Well, as long as he doesn't pull any guardrails out, I'm okay with it.
No promises. Well, who is John Roden? That's a question in a lot of people's minds these days. Roden seemed to rise from obscurity. He started his career 100 pounds heavier and with a much different motivation. But Roden has gotten into the best shape of his life. He's dropped so much weight. He's put on so much muscle. He's studied under the greats of the game like the great Harley Race. And Roden is ready to make a run at it. And he's having the best time of his career now. But we could see the end of his career, Kyle.
Very well so. Beastman has a bone in his hand, and I'm pretty sure he's pretty used to breaking them at this point.
Do you think that's a human bone? Is that a prior opponent?
I really hope not. They have to have some sort of bone dysmorphia at that point.
Possible. It's a little thick to be a femur. Not really sure.
Regardless, I don't think there's any reasoning with Beastman.
Well, yeah, just don't touch his bone. That's the rule. And the official already intimidated.
A lot of shenanigans here with officials at Pitt Fight.
My God, we need the Benny Hill theme. The chase is on.
Beastman might just tire himself out running after the wrong person.
Beastman just smells fresh meat.
He's probably hungry.
He's probably always hungry.
You know, me too, honestly, though. I'm a college student.
All right, Kyle has compared himself to Beastman in terms of dietary habits. Let's let that be known for the record.
I don't carry a bone around to class all the time, though. Let that be known.
Cornell, what uncomfortable ways are you similar to Beastman?
I'd say definitely the overabundance of incomprehensible yelling.
All right. There's an easy joke about your commentary right now that I will not take. And Beast, oh no, that's bad. Someone swat him on the nose with a newspaper. Okay. Beastman is very unorthodox. Beastman doesn't know what Beastman's doing, let alone us.
Maybe he's just trying to throw everybody off.
I think he threw himself off about 10 or 20 years ago, depending on how long he's been. All right, translation. Is this part of a language class anybody's taking? Anything?
I don't think we have a caveman language class offered here at Pitt Greensburg.
Maybe he took our archaeology course here.
I secretly believe that Beastman's looking to confuse John Roden.
I think that is done and done. Beastman, I think, is confused by some of these ringside fans.
Definitely a lot of people he's never seen before.
Cornell, are you jealous of the furry boots?
Only slightly. They look very comfortable and very warm in this cold climate that we have here.
Have a Bruiser Brody, Berserker John Nord vibe to them and forward roll. Very agile for 368 pounds as well. I don't know if you're going to find a guy this size that can move in this way. He has his bone, and all is right with the world.
Do you think they'll hit each other soon, Joe?
That's up to Beastman. I don't know. I mean, we're keeping tally. It's almost the Lord Zoltan playbook of stalling right now, but Beastman will pounce when he's ready to. And if you're John Roden, though, how do you approach this? This is a man that does not act like a man. It's a beast that certainly has all the traits of a very unkempt, untamed savage. I mean, if you're John Roden and you just want competition, what do you do?
I mean, Joe, I have a background. I actually work at a zoo over the summer. So
you know each other. That's good.
Oh, yeah. He escaped. So I would approach Beastman like I would approach a small bear, which is cautiously, but I would bring Fruit Loops with me.
That is an oddly specific plan.
You fed your bears with Fruit Loops?
And Roden, his chest may be all the colors of a bowl of Fruit Loops before we're done here.
Now, is it true Beastman was trained how to fight by dinosaurs?
Oh, there's a knee. I don't think he's actually 65 million years old. I think he's just, let's say, sheltered.
Fairly confident humans and dinosaurs didn't even exist in the same era.
Well,
John Roden looking to take advantage of a stunned Beastman.
Clearly, you've never been to the Creationist Museum in Kentucky, but that's a whole other topic we're not going to get into right now. But Beastman, I think you grow up in a cave in deepest, darkest West Virginia. Let's just say you don't have the best social skills.
Especially southern West Virginia. Let me tell you, right on that border there, it's probably in where he lives, somewhere in a cave there.
I've done events down there. You're not wrong. Beastman connects.
Do you think he has to pay taxes on his cave?
Like a property tax?
Yeah, I mean, like, he's got to own it, right?
Would you want to go up to his cave and try to collect?
What would you even collect? I highly doubt you'd collect money. You'd probably collect the bones of everyone he's eaten.
He probably has a couple nice teeth.
There's some shiny rocks, some sticks to make fire.
Probably just throw you like a dead deer that he caught the night before.
Yeah, just like he threw Roden to the outside. I don't think Beastman's ever been officially audited, but we will find out perhaps. Maybe we'll get a post-match interview and find out his opinions on the current tax code.
Well, maybe John Roden's about to audit him here in professional wrestling.
Look at you with the segues. Beastman and Roden finally. I'll tell you what, Roden has deceptive strength. I think Roden could match Beastman strike for strike. One of the very few men in this area who can say that about, but Beastman just wants to turn this into a brawl, a riot.
Oh, definitely. Roden's had some very impressive matchups over the past couple weeks, too. I believe recently he fought against badass Billy Gunn.
That is true, up in Erie, Pennsylvania. Future WWE Hall of Famer Billy Gunn wrestled John McChesney a couple of months ago. Beastman a chair, and the official, that'll be a disqualification if Beastman had used the chair.
He didn't even use the bone?
Well, the bone's on the other side of the ring. Beastman's one of those athletes or one of those entities who he sees something, he gets tunnel vision, and he almost took out our camera woman.
Well, as long as he doesn't break any more barricades.
He may break Roden. May break his own hand.
That is solid steel, people. That hurts.
Yeah, steel on flesh. I don't care what era you're from. I don't care how big you are. Steel wins every time.
Now Roden looking to take advantage of a potentially severely injured hand of Beastman.
Yeah, I mean, Cornell, we talked about it. It's so difficult to find a weakness on Beastman, but Roden, perhaps accidentally, incidentally, has created that weakness. Can he capitalize? Is this enough to literally tame the beast?
I definitely think he has to work the entire arm and eventually the whole body of Beastman. And like I said, you always have to chop a big man down. Should focus more on his legs and definitely not try to outpower Beastman, because it's clear to everybody here, Beastman has impeccable feats of strength.
Yeah, Beastman, I don't think knows his own strength and was still able to shut Roden down. You saw, though, when Beastman struck Roden with the right hand, Beastman had to pause. He hesitated, but nothing wrong with the arm. But yeah, Roden has had career opportunities lately against men like Billy Gunn, John McChesney at 2PW recently, as well as near fall here. The New Age Plague Gory at 2PW. I want to thank 2PW for donating this ring and helping out Pitt Fight and Connor's Cure as well.
Definitely. Thank you, Marshall, and everything that you've done for us. Now, Roden also had a match against Daniel Weeds over at RWA, from what I understand.
That is is true. He's taking on all different styles, all different walks of life, all different backgrounds of the business. But I think Beastman, if you were going to categorize him, you'd put him in the category of other.
Nah, this is the closest he's going to get to, like, bull riding, maybe.
I would assume so. I don't know what his hobbies are. Maybe you can enlighten me.
I mean, I don't know Roden personally, but, you know, like, it seems like something he might be able to take up, especially after this experience.
Hey, Roden formerly was part of Blue Collar Slaughterhouse. He was from West Virginia. Look out! Ooh. Beastman with the ample glutes could not pay off in the corner. And Roden trying to build something here, but you can tell he's been knocked a little loopy in his own right. Trying to use that body weight as an offensive weapon. And Beastman from behind. The only thing more dangerous than Beastman in front of you, maybe Beastman sneaking up from behind on you.
Yeah, that's definitely a scary thought. I don't want Beastman waking up in my room staring at me. That'd be terrifying.
Imagine that at your front door saying he's there to date your sister.
You'd probably be able to smell him before you could see him.
Touché.
Well, honestly, that's probably common in West Virginia.
Spin splash, 368. Roden's done. No.
Roden gets his foot on the rope.
I'm not sure if that was a cognizant thought on Roden or just the ring positioning. Either way, Roden gets a reprieve and a second chance of life. Cornell, what can he make out of this? Does he have a shot?
He very well could, as long as he just keeps his head in the game. His best plan right now is just to outsmart Beastman, play a much more defensive and counter-offensive style.
Oh, Beastman now cinching in the nerve hole. This applies pressure to the trapezius muscle. Enough pressure on this, it will cause your body to go numb and, well, finger of the eye, pretty self-explanatory. And not only do we have the pressure of the grip of Beastman, but 368 leaning down on top of Roden.
Roden looking to power out. It seems as though all that weight just looks like it's nothing right now. Roden looking to counter.
Yeah, Roden's feeling something, digging down deep inside. Certainly these people in Greensburg helping him out. Jawbreaker breaks the grip.
Well, he's starting to get the edge over here on Beastman.
Beastman is dazed, but still on his feet. Drop kick. And that's a big boy to be doing a drop kick, but Beastman's still up.
Unfortunately, it didn't take him down quite yet, but that did.
The strength of Roden into the cover, hooks the leg, and gets a 2 count for his troubles.
And that is a long, long 2 count, the longest that we've seen Beastman down yet. Imagine Roden feeling that close, but still so far away.
It was definitely a valiant effort, but we might need maybe 2, 3 more of those to take Beastman down.
Oh, man, that's a pretty big proposition there for John Roden. The momentum helped him that time, but Roden is outsized by at least 100 pounds.
Oh, well, it looks like he's going for a different type of style here by going up to the top.
Desperate times call for desperate measures. Beastman got the foot up. All the momentum of Roden came to cost him that time. Uranagi suplex, and it's Beastman.
Wow.
Victory. Well, Cornell, we saw the fight and the drive that has made John Roden the man he is today, but the mass, the girth, the unorthodox nature of Beastman was just too much tonight.
Yeah, I wholeheartedly agree. Definitely one of the strangest introductions to a match I've ever seen. Beastman looking to...
Please don't take our guardrail again.
That took a long time to put in. Beastman proving to be too powerful for John Roden.
And I'm not sure where Beastman's going now, but hopefully there's a handler to keep him calm. Kyle, do you have people back there to take care of him?
No.
Is there food, raw meat, something?
Do you think I should call animal control?
I don't know. Just don't call PETA. They have a bad reputation. Beastman gets the victory. John Roden will fight another day. But tonight, the Stone Age Savage is victorious.
So we're here at Pitt Fight. My name is Dan Hooven, and I'm going to be entering the inaugural Bobcat Brawl. Now, there's a lot of things on the line tonight, not just the bragging rights, not just a very nice trophy, but the #1 contendership to the Pitt Fight Heavyweight Championship. And to the 14 other men that are entering the ring, well, I think I have the advantage. I'm going to knock it out of the park. I'll see you boys there.
I am the survivor, Philip Archer, and tonight at Pitt Fight, I enter the first Bobcat Brawl. I'm going to walk in there. I'm going to kick 14 heads off. I'm going to leave with the cup and a chance at the heavyweight title, and I will be the only lone survivor tonight.
I am Officer Dan Murphy, and I am the most lethal and legal enforcer of the law. And tonight at Pitt Greensburg, there's a thing called Pit Fight. There's not going to be much of a fight because Officer Dan's going to break it up before it even begins. But I digress. So Officer Dan's going to be in this little 15-man Battle Royal Bobcat Brawl, whatever it's called. Officer Dan's going to go out there, do what I do best, protect my neck and serve justice to any criminal who thinks he is worthy of a trophy or a title shot. Now when I go out there and throw 14 other criminals over the top rope, you criminals at Pitt Greensburg will learn to respect my authority. Now, come on, let's go, dirtbag. Cut it out.
Stream live and recorded content anywhere with EXP from Armstrong. Stay connected to the content you love. With the all-new EXP app, you can browse and manage your shows and set recordings for TV shows, movies, and series. Plus, you can stream your favorite networks directly from your DVR or with TV Everywhere. At home, the app also lets you transform your device into a second TV screen or remote control. Your content, your way, when you want it. EXP from Armstrong.
Because this next match is to a finish, it will be a 16-man Bobcat Brawl! Here are the rules. We will start the match with 2 randomly selected wrestlers in the ring. Thereafter, every 60 seconds, every 1 minute, a new randomly selected competitor will enter the competition. Wrestlers are eliminated by being thrown over the top rope and down to the floor, with both feet having to touch the floor to complete the elimination. Now, once all 16 participants have entered the competition, the sole and final survivor of this relay will not only be awarded the Bobcat Brawl Trophy, but also he will be guaranteed a future shot at the Pitt Fight Championship. Now let's bring the first randomly selected competitor to the ring.
Well, Hank Hudson calls this a fight to the finish. I'm glad that's a good place to end, but this is the Bobcat Brawl 15-man Rumble. Entrants will enter as a result of randomly selected numbers, equally timed interval, over the top rope elimination, both feet touching the floor. This would... Destin Vane, 1/3 of OSHA Incorporated, who feel that they know better than all of us. They can tell us how to live our lives, what's safe, what's not, what is and isn't a violation. Very annoying and obnoxious, almost as much so as this entrance music.
Yeah, can I give them a violation for dressing up like traffic cones?
I don't think we're going to stop you, as it's Tatiana, I believe was the name, accompanying Destin Vane here to ringside. Destin's got the longest odds of winning the Bobcat Brawl Trophy and a future Pit Fight Championship opportunity.
Number 2.
Of course, more about the Pit Fight Championship in our main event later on, but Destin Vane is setting up his safe space, I believe. He's setting up his cones. I guess we'll see how number 2 will react to this.
All he has to do is leap over.
Is that legal? You can't just drive over the cones.
Definitely not. I mean, hey, there's no... Well, it looks like we have a police officer in this match, so...
He'll tell us if it's legal.
A lot of laws are going to be enforced here tonight.
You know, I know Officer Dan Murphy. He likes to throw around his weight, but you ever go to the mall and you got that mall cop there, the Paul Blart-looking guy? But it's because he's got an inkling of power, thinks he can push you around and throw his weight around. That's Officer Dan. He throws around a lot of shifty citations as well. Questionable. He's giving citations to the fans. They're just having a good time.
Do you think he forgot his Segway at home? I think he has one. I mean, look at it. He's got to have one.
He's got a very suspect mustache, be that as it may.
He should give that mustache a ticket.
That's a fashion violation.
Just handing out citations left and right here.
He just ticketed the referee.
Both men don't believe in the concept of fun.
He just ticketed my roommate.
You have something to hold against him now.
At least he didn't give the trophy a ticket, because look how beautiful this trophy looks.
It looks beautiful, absolutely, and only one man can earn it. And these two have the longest odds. And now we're going to argue police protocol, I guess. I can't believe you gave a ticket to your roommate. He's your roommate. He suffered enough.
Yeah, I know. It's totally uncalled for. I mean, he has to live with me. Cornell is another one of our roommates, actually. So it's equally as annoying.
No wonder he's so jittery. You damaged him so much. They're taking turns violating each other.
Interesting start to the match.
And no, he's kicked the cone.
See, I told you it was going to be this easy.
That's going to be twice as much in a construction area. No.
I mean, it appears Tatiana has a toy lightsaber with her. Maybe that'll get used in the match.
I don't think that's a toy lightsaber.
I'm going to say it's a toy lightsaber.
I believe that's a glow stick to help direct traffic, but your answer works too. By the way, we do have a countdown clock on the scoreboard if anybody's keeping track at home, and we haven't touched yet. We're about ready for number 3. Here we have a buzzer.
Number 3.
The basketball backboard's lit up. This is highbrow.
It's like we have a budget.
Well, who's coming? Oh, we got a big boy out now.
The survivor, Philip Archer, coming in.
Yes, as you so astutely said, over top of Hank Hudson as he was saying it. But that's okay. We got to give you a moment too.
I was just so excited to see him.
I know. I'm excited to see Archer too. Near 300-pounder called the Survivor.
Excited to see all this action finally starting to pick up here in a Bobcat brawl.
I mean, and certainly luck of the draw plays a big factor. Archer's a bigger guy. Dan's a bigger guy. The more this matchup goes, the sooner they may run out of gas. It behooves them to clear the ring early and take a breath, but easier said than done because we got, 16 highly competitive individuals on their way.
I mean, I'd be highly competitive in this kind of matchup, too. It is for an opportunity at the Pitt Fight Championship at our next show.
And they're blowing their whistles in the face of Archer. I'm almost eliminate myself if it wasn't for the Pitt Fight Championship shot.
Hey, you know, making the guy go deaf, that might be the way to win.
It'll be the first time that's happened in a ring, but be that as it may, Archer gets slammed, and who's number 4? Archer gets some help. Oh, no, not again. No! Ladies and gentlemen, I am contractually obligated, and it is my duty to unfortunately inform you that this is Ronald Starks, foreman of OSHA Incorporated, walking Oompa Loompa, and the most annoying of the bunch. And he's got his own whistle. We got 3 whistles in the ring.
Did we just hire all the law enforcement in the area to carry out this match?
Apparently, and they all drew bad numbers. They got bad karma.
I swear if they put any members of campus police in this match.
Well, the good news is the cones are setting back up. Guarding the foreman hat. He's not exactly Arnie Skolin in the pile driver video. If you're old enough to get that at home, bless you.
Do you think it was the wrong decision for Ronnie not to wear his hard hat to the ring?
I think he's made a lot of wrong decisions in his life, and several more will come in this match. Officer Dan, again, throwing his weight and authority, arguing over where to set up the cones. Destin Bain's actually doing what he's supposed to be doing, and staying on Philip Archer.
Time running down here.
This is the blind leading the blind. This is like the Three Stooges.
Except there's 4 of them.
Man, I wish we could afforded that music.
Well, there's 3 idiots, and there's Philip Archer.
Well, true. You got me there.
Cornell tried to beat me in an accounting game. You see that?
Was I wrong?
He thinks he's a math major.
Oh, he's back! Mood changed. There are some dirty deeds to be done, Dirt Sheep. Marshall, we talked earlier about some rolled up carpets, and oh no, he does not respond well to any type of law, except maybe martial law.
I've also heard he hates the color orange, so this really isn't going to work out.
He hates just about everything. I've never seen him in a good mood. Archer and Marshall with a common enemy. I notice Ronald Starks gets out of dodge when Marshall gets in there.
I mean, if I saw Marshall Gambino run into me too, I'd probably run away.
Destin Vane got kicked below the belt. For him, that could be fatal. And it's Officer Dan being punished by Archer.
Archer finally getting a second win after taking that beating.
Yeah, he's got some backup finally. Oh no, that's not the only thing that's going to be backed up.
Time running down here.
Dan got dropped right in his brains. Oh no. Well, we've got an embodiment of evil on the way to the ring.
You can see the terrored look on everybody's faces.
Yeah, this matchup has practically stopped.
A hush falls over the room.
Remy lives a dark and mysterious lifestyle, part of the culmination, along with Atticus Cogar. They have dominated tag team and faction warfare throughout Pennsylvania, Ohio, Michigan, New York, some 6 or 7 different states. The culmination has made their presence known. And now, Remy LeVay brings the culmination's doctrine here in a pit fight.
Remy LeVay, known as the Mine Eraser. Can we take a moment to appreciate him as the Cone Eraser of this match?
I think that's one positive he'll bring to the table, but that may be the only thing. Remy LeVay, like Atticus, like Gory, only experiences happiness when other people are suffering.
Well, then this is the perfect kind of matchup for him, because everybody's suffering in this matchup.
Absolutely. Hell, we were until a couple of minutes ago, till Marshall came out.
Yeah, because we had to hear all those damn whistles, and we still are.
Yeah, oh, Ronald Starks is still out here.
It's definitely not the end of the whistles.
Well, Remy LeVay in trouble now thanks to Officer Dan. Tatiana getting involved with Marshall.
And wearing the hard hat.
This will be number 7. Oh, party time. The soothing sounds of Rodney Dangerfield bring in another heavy hitter. How are you going to throw this guy over the top rope? All we're missing is Sam the Hammer Sledge to have a Chart Guy reunion. But QB, I think, is taking umbrage with Mr. Starks.
And QB Blitz, I commonly refer to him as Dad.
Let's put out there that they are related. It's not some weird kinky thing.
Yes, he did in fact raise me my entire life.
And I think Mr. Starks' violations just got ripped up in his face.
Well, fraternities don't care about violations, Joe.
That is true. March to the beat of their own drum.
The only thing fraternities care about is beer and getting laid.
And not necessarily in that order. And Marshall Bull in trouble. Yeah, thank you, Ronald, for helping. And QB wants a piece of Destin Vane. Remy LeVay, the most dangerous one of them all, just resting in the corner.
Honestly, that might be a safe strategy for him. Oh, boy.
Oh, BC Steel's back, and the international part of Golden Sheik International. The international is for him. He's from Italy.
Yeah, Mambo Italiano having a lot of fans in this section, but he is showing no regard for them whatsoever.
Well, and in case you didn't ask, my money's on Mambo to win this entire thing and go home with the trophy and the title opportunity for next year's show.
I heard a rumor he gave you dance lessons.
That rumor would indeed be true. He's a great dancer.
Well, Marshall doesn't care. He just wants to be a BC Steel, which I'm always on board for. Marshall's mad at everybody, which is like saying the sky's blue.
I mean, he's just getting hit from every angle. I'd be pretty pissed, too.
Mambo's running from everybody. He's the smartest one so far.
Now, Mambo recently taking part in the first ever pasta death match at 2PW.
Boy, I'm sure that was a barn burner. Can we point out, gentlemen, I don't think anybody's been eliminated yet.
I don't think so.
Yeah, there's plenty of men here stacked up to get eliminated in this Bobcat Brawl.
Hell, Mambo's not even in the ring yet.
I think definitely taking the smarter alternative. We might be seeing an elimination here.
Oh, and
there's the first elimination.
Trust me, Ronald Starks got eliminated years before he realized it. Who's next? No, we got some heavy hitters in there. We got some big boys. We got some dangerous entities as well. How will the next entrant shape how the Bobcat Brawl moves forward?
I think a better question is...
Yes, I loved it. I'll take a second, please. Oh, it's the Ronin. Judo master Stevie LaBelle, and for those of you who didn't see, BC Steel is over here complaining about his treatment, which is who I was referring to before the judo came to ringside. And interesting thing, gentlemen, we got Marshall, QB, certainly veterans with about 15 plus years experience. QB, about 20. Remy LeVay, been around for the better part of a decade. But looking at Philip Archer and the Ronin, they've only been competing about 6 months.
Hey, the Bobcat Brawl's got to have a little bit of everything in it. That just adds to the challenge of it.
Yeah. And QB Blitz, the most experienced. Bit of a throwback to United States Championship Wrestling back in the day. And you get that reference, bless you.
And also the champion at Madden 2011, because he kicked my butt all the time.
And apparently you're still not over it 8 years later.
You know what? I just really wanted to win.
But your dad is very competitive. He will beat his son's ass at video games, and he will try to win Bobcat Brawl. This is number 10. Oh, here's another tough customer.
We were talking about how smart the competitors were. I definitely think Daniel Human's up there with bringing a kendo stick to this competition.
Well, I mean, there's no disqualifications, right?
Exactly.
That's a great point.
Taking full advantage of the lack of rules.
Moving originally from Philadelphia, anybody from there, you know, it's got to be tough.
No doubt about that.
Yeah, says the Eagles jersey. Definitely bringing a kendo stick to a fist fight here.
One of the most dangerous men in the ring until he gets hit with his own weapon.
You don't want to be around Marshall with weapons. Moving back up to his feet, though. Good for him.
As if it didn't even happen.
He's shrugging off that pain.
The top came off of the kendo stick. Everybody getting a piece of it.
Moving, channeling his inner Sandman. Oh, and there's the glow stick, or lightsaber, whatever you call it.
See, I told you there was going to be a lightsaber. I told you.
And it's broken.
Yeah, the end.
Well, that was fast.
4, 3. That could be the end of Destin Vain. Hooven shows mercy and drops it. And picks it back up. Where's Mambo? Has he got in the ring yet?
I don't think he has.
Calvin's out here. Robert Parker Williams is out here.
Who invited them out here? They already competed.
I think BC Steel did, whether you want him or not.
And
wait, Mambo
gets an elimination. Looking for the second one.
Mambo can't get Blitz. Blitz is fighting, but here comes another big boy, the sexy fireman, Jason Tyler.
Mambo with an elimination on Blitz.
There go.
And I don't think Mambo went over the top.
Yeah, Mambo definitely did not go over the top rope. He has not been eliminated from
this
contest.
Look out, we're throwing chairs. We got hard hats.
Thrown.
And I think Daniel Hooven just eliminated Philip Archer by smacking him in the head with that kendo stick.
Well, that'll do it. Mambo retreating to the back wherever the danger is not. Wait, Mambo hasn't been eliminated, am I right? Exactly. So if he doesn't return to action, if Marshall just murders him in the back, we're going to have a ruling about that.
Definitely could.
I mean, will the official just disqualify him for not competing?
I mean, he definitely competed. He got 2 eliminations. I definitely think we might have a no contest.
Well, I mean, he's not competing now. He can't win. Judo with a nice clothesline to Remy LeVay. Would love to bring the Pit Fight Championship into the dark depths of the culmination. They're all about not necessarily winning championships, just depriving others of their hopes and dreams. And the hits keep coming. And 5-alarm fire, a bit of a wardrobe malfunction. You might want to tuck that thing back in.
Yeah, this is a PG show, man.
Referring to his bosom. Oh, here comes Mayhem. And this match is all about Mayhem, about 260 plus pounds of the destroyer, Peyton Graham.
Wow, and he's already making his presence felt in the ring there. Going after everybody.
Talk about a man made for a matchup like this. It's Peyton, who is just heavy-handed and unloading on the world.
Peyton stomping away at LeVay, just stomping a mud hole.
Hopefully Graham didn't just have those boots polished, because he definitely just might have got some...
Wait, we got more violations, guys.
Of course we have more violations. When don't we have violations?
I think Peyton got penalized for excessive aggressiveness.
I don't think it's a good idea to just slap that on his chest.
Oh, motorboat! Hooven just took a ride on the motorboat, and he got belly flopped out of there. Even a kendo stick couldn't save him that time.
No, honestly, that's probably more painful than a kendo stick, but mentally painful.
Yes, yes. We'll have to do a fundraiser for his therapy bills.
We're not raising that kind of money at the next Pit Fight show, let me tell you.
Well, as action continues, Peyton Graham in control. This will be number 13. And another sinister individual. Not only is Doe a certifiable madman with several mental, emotional, and temperament disorders, Shirley Doe is also an evil genius who has trained many of the top athletes in this area, including the likes of Gory, Elias, and DJZ.
One has to wonder, how many violations would OSHA give Shirley Doe just for simply breathing?
All of them.
Yeah, I mean, look at that face paint, Cornell.
Now I'm looking at it. It's definitely one of the more imposing people in this ring.
And also, gentlemen, the most experienced man in this matchup now, as Shirley Doe brings 24 years of ring wars into battle with him.
Can we just take a moment to talk about how Destin Vane and Officer Murphy, our 1 and 2 spots, are still in this match?
Very great point. And I wouldn't expect that from Officer Dan just because of his sheer size, and oftentimes not just because of the gas, but you're a target in a battle royal like these. Destin Vane has been doing a great job of being abusive yet elusive.
Plus, he's probably run out of breath a couple times from blowing on that damn whistle so much.
I think he's out of violations, too. He's eating one. Number 14. Oh, it's going to get weird. Cornell, you ready to take a look at your first STD?
I never thought that it would be in front of a wrestling ring behind commentary, but here we are. There's a lot of things I never thought I would see, and they're all in front of me in this ring.
It's one of those matches you feel like calling Unsolved Mysteries and telling them you found everybody. Chest Flexor, the next legal entrant. And trust me, Flexor does not think like you or I or anyone watching. Or dress like us.
Well, that's definitely evident from his bright pink singlet.
He doesn't wrestle like anybody else either. Oh, no!
What's he doing back out here?
Kyle, is he an entrant?
I don't think he is.
Does he know that?
I don't even think Beastman cares. Like I said, he doesn't want to be understood. He just wants to be heard.
Didn't you tell me you had raw fish heads in the back?
I really got to call animal control now.
He probably ate all of them.
What? He's bushwhacking his way out of here. He's chasing Destin Payne.
Is that really a bad thing, though?
As long as they're far away from here. Did Destin go over the top?
It appears like he did.
Now what? What's next? What's left? Remy LeVay and Shirley Doe, former partners as part of the shadow process, battling one another. The Ronin nearly tossed out by Flexor. They battled over the IWC High Stakes Championship many times. Well, if there's ever a guy that speaks to the college demographic, it may be Happy Hour. I'm not sure about hanging around college campuses this late in his life, but be that as it may, Happy Hour, ready to serve off a butt whooping.
Well, I hope somebody informed him that this was a dry campus.
Oops. Not anymore.
I don't think a man like Happy Hour would really care as long as he cracks one open with the boys and knocks the rest of these boys out of the ring.
They crack some skulls open in a minute.
That too.
Well, Cornell, usually Saturdays are for the boys, I hear, but today it seems like Thursdays might be for the boys.
We're breaking new ground on Thursday nights. So, well, I think Officer Dan is informing Happy Hour of the dryness of your campus.
Well, he would be read up on the law.
Any law he can enforce.
But I don't think he has any more tickets, unfortunately.
No, you may have to resort to police brutality. He's making him walk a straight line. He's doing a sobriety check on Happy Hour.
I think it's fairly obvious. Happy Hour is definitely inebriated in this contest.
Well, I think that's how he performs his best, and you can take that however you'd like. He's having fun though.
Whatever floats his boat.
I mean, Happy is in his name.
And so's Hour, which is how long that test took. And goodbye. Well, this will be number 16.
And it's a lullaby?
Everybody ganging up on Officer Dan. Officer Dan's out! No, he hangs on!
Dan hangs on.
No, he's gone. Tyler Alexander making his first appearance in this part of the country. Training around the Boston, Massachusetts area. I've seen some of Tyler's matches in the past. I'm not sure that strategy will help him in a match like this, but hey, anything can happen in Pit Fight.
Anything and everything. We've seen everything in this kind of match.
What did his trunk say?
Trophy boy.
And Shirley Doe getting eliminated by Remy LeVay.
A good call. We were too busy looking at Ty's butt to notice that, but thank you very much, Shirley Doe, 25 years out of the game. In this point in time, thanks to Remy LeVay, could it be a passing of a very darkened torch? And Trophy Boy, maybe his trunks are an omen for the trophy he may win in a minute.
Maybe, but it looks like things aren't going too well for him in the ring right now. Everybody kind of seems like they're staring him down.
Yeah, well, he's the outsider, so to speak. He's the only one that hasn't made a career here. His first time in, and I think everybody's looking at him like, who are you and why are you in my territory?
I think they need to tell him that hazing is banned on this campus.
You guys got a lot of rules.
It is college.
Over the top ropes legal, though.
Why do you think
that was quick, and it looks like we're down to our final four. Peyton Graham, Remy LeVay, Chest Flexor, and Stevie LaBelle. What a quad we got here.
Yes, what a motley crew.
Now LeVay going after Flexor, Graham going after LaBelle.
Well, what do you think, guys? Pick them. Who's got the edge?
Definitely think that Remy LeVay definitely has a more vicious edge on Chest Flexor, but you never know with Flexor here. What are we going to see here? Oh!
Even Flexor doesn't know with Flexor as he connects with the nether regions of LaBelle, and, well, LaBelle not having a good day.
Well, LaBelle still has 12 years in judo training, so I think he's still, while he might be down for the count right now, he can definitely make a comeback like we see. Oh, what are we seeing here?
They don't teach that one in judo.
Looks like a hanging triangle here. And Wow. Stevie LaBelle gets an elimination. Gets eliminated. Sorry.
Well, I'm glad we didn't put money on that match.
Remy with the assist. I mean, I'm a big fan of Peyton Graham. Certainly, we talked about the man that popularized and mastered Mayhem rules. It's a matchup he was made for. You can speak to the aggression of Remy, the unorthodox nature of Flexor, but Peyton Graham at 6'4", 260 will be the toughest guy to toss out.
Yeah, that weight and height factor definitely going to play a role here. Flexor taking over Remy right now.
And don't forget about Peyton.
Can never forget about Peyton.
It's probably hard to forget about a man that big. Flexor looking to reverse.
Looking to escape, can't do that.
And Peyton has him up.
Oh,
and over. Can he get him on the floor?
And Flexor with a chancery trying to get Peyton out. And Remy opportunistic.
And Flexor hitting the floor hard. We're down to 2 men.
And Remy was waiting in the wings for Peyton Graham to pounce. Remy has studied under some of the most evil minds in this business. The Mind Eraser looking to spread the culmination dogma here tonight. And Peyton pulls Remy to the outside. Both men on the apron, first feet to hit the floor, will lose this matchup.
High stakes scenario we're witnessing right now, gentlemen.
A trophy and title shot awaits one of these men.
And a vicious boot to the dome of Peyton Graham.
Peyton Graham recovers, though.
Yeah, with a boot of his own.
Peyton Graham entered number 12, Remy number 6. Peyton's the fresher of the 2, but Remy able to leverage himself back in. Hangs up Peyton Graham. Wait a minute.
What is?
Remy's got knocks.
No disqualifications in this contest.
Yeah.
Taking advantage of any situation he can.
It's unethical, but it's legal. And Peyton swinging a miss. Remy connects.
Wow.
Will the feet hit? Peyton falls.
There he goes.
And the winner of the guaranteed shot at the Pitt Fight Championship, the Mighty Racer, Remy LaBelle.
Well, Cornell, the road to the Pitt Fight Championship had a detour and it had a shortcut. Remy LaBelle found it in the form of those nuts. You can't complain, no disqualification. But bottom line, the culmination brand, the culmination staple, that symbol could be all over Pitt Fight by the time it's all said and done.
Definitely a terrifying sight to see when the mantra, the culmination, arises on the Pitt campus.
He is the culmination of all of your deepest, darkest fears, and he now has the power of that trophy, no matter the result of the main event tonight. Remy LaBelle is waiting in the wings for a Pitt Fight. Waiting in the wings for a Pitt Fight Championship opportunity. And Kyle, you must have mixed emotions about this result.
Yeah, I mean, well, first of all, he took the trophy away very meanly. I mean, I don't know if I want this whole culmination stuff spreading all over Pitt Fight. I mean, what if it corrupts the minds of the campus?
Let someone look up meanly in a dictionary, but Remy LaBelle, culmination member, hey, your vision, your dream could be overtaken by the darkness of the culmination in short order.
And that's exactly what I'm scared of.
Are you moving at the speed of business? File transfers, multiple locations, video chat. Companies these days are using more data than ever, and it's got to be fast. With gigabit internet from Armstrong Business Solutions, you can keep up with the pack no matter what size your company is. We can provide your business a reliable connection to our advanced fiber optic network with speeds from 100 megs up to 10 gigs per second. Get your business in the fast lane. Armstrong Business Solutions. Your business is our business.
Well, I hope you gentlemen are ready to enter the pulpit.
I've always wanted to be baptized.
Connors Cure, University of Pitt, Greensburg, ask for nobody other than the savior of professional wrestling to make an impact for pediatric cancer. So I would say, what better way to make an impact than to have an open challenge for each and every heathen that is in this locker room to see who is man enough, who is a monster enough, who is perhaps stupid enough to step up to the plate against the Rev Ron Hunt. So bring it on, because I promise you, I'm going to deliver one book of revelation.
Ron Hunt hoping there's many members of his congregation in attendance here in this crowd tonight. That remains to be seen how the reception will be because, well, those holier-than-thou types, not necessarily taken too kindly to, not just in colleges, but certainly around the world. Nobody likes to be told how to talk, how to act.
Pretty sorry what's going down. You guys excited? I can hear you guys excited? Are you guys excited? Well, at least that makes one of us. Because I must say, I was excited to be here and fight on behalf of common cure and pediatric cancer.
Worthy cause we're all proud to be a part of.
But the thing that kind of blocked my joy was, unfortunately, I had to look at each and every one of your inbred faces here tonight.
That's the route for you.
And it put the sour taste in my mouth, I must admit. So what I'm here to do is quite simple. If you don't know anything about me, let me make one thing known to you right now. For all of you heathens just like this guy over here, let me tell you one thing. I am the savior of professional wrestling. My name is the Red Ron Hunt, and you can preach that. So you guys don't even know what you're doing about. So what's going to happen? You take this spell that way, Chuck. What's going to happen? For all of you heathens is quite simple. I'm going to pick one of you idiots out of this crowd, or perhaps any inbred that's back there that thinks that they have enough guts, enough junction to come out here and try to beat me one-on-one. You guys want me to shut up, don't you? I just want to know which one of you are going to make me shut up. I got $500 on the line, whoever wants to accept. So who's going to accept this open challenge right now? Which one of you heathens? Which one of you heathens? No, you don't got me, man. You look like God doesn't leave from Stewart Little next to Bobby Lashley over there. You don't got me, man. Put yourself down. Sit right next to a Michael Jordan loser. I'm gonna do this better. You guys can't do this. Anyone that's in the back, anyone that's out here, if you think that you have enough junction to come out here and accept my open challenge, I'll take you. No matter demon, devil, sinner, saint, whatever you are, bring it on right now.
Well, so the Rev leaves the invitation pretty open to anybody that wants to come fight. And here's an individual the Rev knows all too well. Iron City Prince of Sin, Chris Taylor, lives his life on his terms and is unapologetic to anyone who takes umbrage with the way Chris lives his life. He's a lead singer of a band named Shattered. He has a, let's say, notorious history of living the party life, the road life, a few beverages, a few stories that turn into hazy memories, and maybe some regrets. But Chris Taylor does not live life for anybody but himself.
Guys, you can notice I'm not exactly dressed to compete tonight. But you see, what some of these people might not know, and what a lot of you do know, is that for 2 years, you and I waged war on what is being called possibly one of the greatest rivalries in Pittsburgh indie wrestling history.
True words, true words.
And you know what? It's one single night inside a steel cage without a loss. And in that stipulation, when I lost, I had to retire. What I didn't know at the time was I was going to have some loose ends that I didn't know were coming. And now, in order to tie up those loose ends, it comes down to you. My fate lies in your hands, Red. I can't go back unless you let me. Now listen, I'm not going to come here today. I'm going to ask you tonight to let me hurt me. You and me, right now. Rest of the challenge, here it is right in front of you.
Wow, an athlete once again coming out of retirement, not just for Connor's cure, but certainly some personal animosity as well. The Rev and Chris Taylor beat the heck out of each other all over West Newton for a couple of years, and it looks like we're going to have an added chapter to the end of that rivalry here tonight at Pitt Fight.
Yeah, of all the feuds I expected to see revitalized, this was not on my list, but damn, I am happy to see them in action again.
I definitely think Rev didn't expect this feud to be revitalized at all. Out of every single competitor in this building, Taylor was probably the last person Rev was expecting.
Well, the Rev had his last word. He retired Chris Taylor, as he mentioned a moment ago. Chris Taylor left pro wrestling, went on the road to the rock band. He's always lived that rock star mentality. But Chris Taylor, I think, wants to go out on his own terms, and maybe not a better term, not a better cause than here tonight at Pitt Fight.
And honestly, if I were Chris Taylor, I'd be out for blood too. The Rev ended his career and put him into retirement. This could be some revenge happening right here.
Oh, and Chris still got it. Great elevation on the drop kick. Chris Taylor, for over a decade, was called by many as the Pittsburgh area's best-kept secret, the most underrated athlete, the man who, man, if he ever got a little bit less of that rock star party lifestyle and got a little more focused, the sky would be the limit. But, man, Chris Taylor does Chris Taylor well, and Chris Taylor, again, no apologies, lived life 100 miles an hour every step of the way, and now comes back. Sound mind, sound body, and whether the Rev believes it or not, sound soul as well. And speaking of sound, that speaks volumes more than we could. Ouch.
Rev's dome bouncing off the post.
Yeah, this is about Rev's comparison to an exorcism, I'd say, with all the slaps he's getting.
Yeah, and this isn't about religion versus anti-theism. This isn't about how you live your life versus what you believe in. This is about one man who thinks he has the power to tell another what to do. One man who feels he's better than someone just because he lives his life differently. And that's what Chris Taylor is standing up for. Individuality and the right to personal choice.
That's definitely a righteous thing to stand up for.
Righteous, baby.
Rev preaching an interesting doctrine and getting a few elbows for his trouble.
Yeah. I think the Rev is the biggest blasphemer of the bunch by the way he hides behind the cloth to send his message that is very selfish and very self-serving. Ouch! And Rev, once again, a righteous man, or a man that considers himself of high morals, maybe wouldn't take such shortcuts.
Rev literally looking to beat the hell out of Chris Taylor, if I do say so myself.
I see what you did there, Kyle. And Taylor definitely feeling the Rev's fury right now.
And what you got to keep in mind, gentlemen, it's been months since Chris Taylor has been in a ring, and I've had many wrestlers tell me over the years, you can do the cardio, you can do the weight training, but to be in, quote, in ring shape is a completely different category to anything else you could do. There's really no way to fully prepare. You just have to either be in the groove or not, and Chris Taylor's coming in rusty.
Yeah, he absolutely is. I'm curious to see how his in-ring being out of action compared to Rev being all over the state and even the tri-state area wrestling.
I mean, Cornell, could one say that Chris Taylor maybe let his pride get in the way? Pride could come before the fall. Is he making a mistake taking this match?
He could potentially be making a mistake. But then again, you also have to consider Rev completely caught off guard by Taylor's appearance. So now he has to get accustomed to someone that he's faced for, like they said, almost 2 years.
And that was neck and neck the whole way through. On any given night, anybody could have won any of those matchups as the Rev caught Taylor in the temple. Neckbreaker takes Taylor down, and a cover 2 count only. Chris Taylor, at one time, I believe the longest reigning then PWX heavyweight champion ever, while still in his mid-20s. Taylor has overachieved and overexceeded so many people's expectations, in spite of the fact he was a small, undersized, really, let's be honest, below a cruiserweight in terms of stature when he started in the business over 15 years ago.
Well, Taylor is very opportunistic and likes to take advantage of his opponent's weaknesses. So I'm curious to see how he comes back from this.
The Rev's opportunistic, too. He's the only guy that steals from his own collection plate.
Taylor
certainly basking in the glory of these fans right now, or lack thereof, as you were saying.
I was going to say, Taylor's had a lot of success outside the ring, too. Like you mentioned, his band Shattered has performed with some very awesome bands lately.
Absolutely. They've been on tour and opening acts and riding the roads with, you know, it's just much like professional wrestling. You know, music is very similar. You start on the bottom floor, you get noticed by veterans, you get noticed by stars, and hopefully they help prop you up. And, you know, Taylor has found his passion all over again, you know. He lived his dream as a wrestler. Now he's living his dream as a rock star. And now back in the ring one more time. Taylor's lived the life many people can only dream of.
Yeah, I mean, Taylor's definitely combining his in-ring talents with his charisma, just in general. You heard the fans when he came out here. They were just electrified.
The Rev, ever the showman.
Another factor to consider is that while Taylor's been living his dream as a rock star, Rev's been busy being a superstar in the wrestling world. So he's definitely developed some new tricks and strategies that Taylor has not been accustomed to for being out of action for as long as he has.
Yeah, that's a great point, really. The Rev grows and prospers by the week. And if this arm drops one more time, this matchup's over, gentlemen. Taylor hangs on.
A little bit of life left in Taylor.
This could be a situation of who can dig down deeper within themselves. Right now, that's what Taylor is trying to do to get out of the chin lock.
Taylor looking to dig deep, find some kind of escape, get a reversal out of the predicament he's in. He finds it.
One thing about Taylor, he's always been resilient. He's always had a high pain threshold. I've likened him to this area's version of a Shawn Michaels. There's not much Taylor can't withstand, but the Rev giving him a run for his money.
Connecting with a thunderous spine buster.
The Rev could have just put an end to the resurrection of Chris Taylor here. Oh, what's he planning now?
Whatever it is, it definitely isn't as righteous as he thinks it is.
Rev, almost like the Holy Spirit's coursing through him right now.
Oh, goes for a frog splash, misses wildly.
Just as fast, the Holy Spirit left him, it seems.
Yeah, got rushed out of his body upon impact as Taylor with an opportunity. But again, gentlemen, the longer this matchup goes, the more at odds Chris Taylor is. Will he be driven by that will to silence the Rev, to prove that the Rev is wrong for telling others how to live their life? Nice running bulldog takedown. Rev is dazed. Taylor on top, hook of the leg. 2 count only.
And Taylor looking stunned that Rev was able to kick out of that.
Taylor's known to take a chance or two in his life as well. Some have paid off, some haven't. Rev takes out that vertical base in Taylor's crotch.
Yeah, you should never turn your back on the Rev. You don't know what he's planning in that sadistic head of his.
Rev with a glancing blow to the back of the head, but rebounds with a backcracker caught Taylor high. Rev with a great adjustment on the fly there to get all he wanted out of that kick, but certainly has this matchup where he wants it now. The TKO connects.
Rev going into the cover.
Out of the near fall.
And Taylor still with some life left.
Oh, he's not done yet, and I think he might even come away with this.
Hey, the Rev may need divine intervention to keep Chris Taylor down again.
Let's go, Taylor! Come on! Rev needs to find some kind of divine intervention if he wants to come away with this one.
Let's go, Taylor! Well, who knows? All of Rev's demons might be working with Taylor in this one.
We'll see if Rev can exercise those demons. We'll see if Taylor can gain strength from it.
Well, Rev is known for some unmatchable strength, too. This past Saturday, he came over a win, pinning both Torin Flight and Professor Ryan Dye in a triple threat match.
Taylor cutter with a Taylor cutter out of nowhere. Taylor ups the last rights and rises from the dead. Taylor with the victory over the Rev. If there's one thing I've learned in my 16 years around this area, you can preach it, you can talk about it, you can live it, you can believe it with every fiber of your being. You do not, trust me, you do not tell Chris Taylor how to live his life.
Exactly, and unfortunately for Rev in this match, he did not practice what he preached, which made him come up on the short end of the stick for this one.
What may be his last match ever, what may be the last hurrah, Taylor goes out the way he lived his entire career, on his terms. Chris Taylor answers the open challenge for the victory here at Pitt Fight.
It's Pitt Fight, and it's an honor for you all to have me here tonight. It took a bit. I had to take some flights, but I'm here. And of course, there's Jinx. How many times have we been down this road? Let's have some fun. We'll rest a little bit, and I'll pin you 1, 2, 3 because I'm the queen of the silver screen, and that's all there is to it. So good luck tonight.
Tonight at Pitt Fight, we're here for a great cause at Connor's Cure, and I get to wrestle my main rival once again. Katie Arquette, you know I'm coming back for you. And you know I'm bloody, I'm adorable, and I'm coming to rip your limbs off. Have fun.
What's on tonight? Alexa, launch Netflix.
Women's action on tap here at Pitt Fight. Katie Arquette loves the spotlight, was tired of being a background character, a bit player, so she took center stage, not in Hollywood with her famous relatives such as David Arquette, but here in professional wrestling, she's already won numerous women's championships across the tri-state area and is certainly a star on the rise big time. Hank Hudson was very confused and confounded by that because there are two very distinct sides to Jinx's personality. The bloody and the adorable. And no, that's not British slang. She's not bloody adorable. She is very beautiful and cute when she wants to be, but when you get her mad or when, let's say, the chromosomes or the neutrons and electrons aren't firing the way they should, she becomes a bit unbalanced and you're in for hell to pay.
Yeah, I think this is definitely another one of those matches where we have two very different styles clashing in the ring.
You have two very different people. Jinx herself is just a different person. She's two different people. And Katie, with an air of superiority about her, certainly Katie feels that she's better than everybody else. She loves the Hollywood lifestyle. She loves to be primped and pampered and have Calvin around giving her fashion advice.
She's got the man dime Elijah Dean a lot of times accompanying her. She just loves to be better than everybody and rub it in everybody's faces.
Well, here's the thing about Katie. What I really want to know about her is, why did she skin one of Beastman's cousins to make that coat?
Ouch, don't say that too loudly. I think because she can get away with it, and because she'll get attention from it. Jinx pulling at the hair. Katie already in a bad mood. She lost the IWC Women's Championship a few weeks ago to Madison Rain, and certainly wants to get back on her horse after that loss that certainly she did not see coming, as didn't see Jinx coming either, who's able to take Katie over.
Jinx is definitely playing some mind games here, trying to get the better over Katie.
Absolutely, and
looks like it's working here to her advantage.
Just another great matchup as part of Pit Fight. We have raised so much money for Connor's Cure, for pediatric cancer research, in honor of WWE Hall of Famer Connor the Crusher Mahalik. Cal, you got to be so happy and so proud about what we've seen so far tonight and what we've done for Connor's Cure.
I am so thrilled, honestly. This is an amazing turnout, an amazing show so far. I'm very curious to see how much money we raised for this event, and I'm very curious to see where the future of Pit Fight is going to go with this show.
Of course, for those unaware, Connor passing away at age 8. And, Katie able to connect with Jinx, trapped between the ropes. Connor the Crusher grew up here in the Pittsburgh area, and it's what motivated Triple H and Stephanie McMahon to start Connor's Cure in conjunction with the Children's Hospital of Pittsburgh Foundation. It was medulla blastoma, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, that Connor Mahalik was diagnosed with at age of 3, fought valiantly for 5 years before succumbing to the disease at age 8. Memorably, Connor was ringside at WrestleMania 30 when Daniel Bryan won the World's Championship. Daniel credited Connor for helping him with that victory. Certainly a tearjerker moment. Connor, as Katie now cover up the leg drop for 2, left a mark on all of the WWE stars and staff that had met him, and great to see so much being done for the children today in his name and memory.
Absolutely, and we hope to take one step further in helping eradicate this so no one will have to go through something like that ever again.
Absolutely, as Katie Arquette looking to eradicate Jinx's chances of scoring a upset victory, as Katie loves to use that hip attack and follows through in the corner.
You ever hear the term thick thighs save lives, Joe?
There's a cover, 2 count.
Well, it's definitely not helping Jinx out here.
I think Cornell's heard that a time or two based on his reaction.
No, he hasn't.
Be that as it may, Katie Arquette with a really effective headlock here.
Cornell's got his announcer segues down though, with the be that as it may, or in any event.
Trying my hardest as Jinx tries her hardest to get out of this situation she's caught up in.
Cornell's just trying to be professional because you're poking at him now.
Trying is the operative word.
Crucifix, trying to trap the leg. Katie has a great sense of balance. Hip attack, no dice.
Definitely didn't pay off in this situation.
Not at all. Clothesline by Jinx for 2.
Jinx looking to get the fast one over on Katie, but unfortunately did not pay off this time around.
Jinx, that bipolar nature. I mean, how do you strategize for somebody whose way of thought may change at the drop of a hat?
Well, unfortunately, that's going to be hard for Katie because she doesn't know what side of Jinx she's going to get in these matches.
I don't know if there's only 2 sides. Oh, there's a spear! Her insides got sent to her outsides, and Katie has beaten many athletes with that spear, but Jinx kicked out. I'm shocked.
You know, I have a theory. You ever watch the movie Split?
Go on.
I feel like Jinx might have been M. Night Shyamalan's inspiration for that movie.
Wow. M. Night Shyamalan reference on Pit Fight, ladies. And I can't disagree with that because they both have very confusing careers. And Katie connects with a clothesline.
Hopefully Pit Fight will get some more positive reviews than M. Night Shyamalan, though.
Hey, so far I'm loving it. Pit Fight's the place to be on a Thursday night. Jinx may not remember being here, though.
Yeah, she's definitely taking a beating from Katie.
But great to spotlight the women's division of professional wrestling. Women are more prevalent and certainly making more waves than ever before in professional wrestling. And Jinx, I used this word earlier, but it's operative to Jinx. She is a Spitfire.
Jinx with an explosive fighting style here, really oppressing Katie Arquette.
It's bad enough that she's beating her up, but she's screaming in her face the whole time while she's doing it.
That's almost as bad as the OSHA whistles.
Almost.
It's definitely up there.
It's like in the top 5.
Oh, Katie gets tripped up.
Oh, and Jinx mocking Katie now.
Looking for a hip attack of her own. Oh, fooled all of us here with a drop kick.
Yeah, right to the sternum. And Katie is reeling. Katie and Jinx graduated wrestling school at the same time. They were in the same class. Katie's got the headlines. I think Jinx is trying to steal some of that spotlight for herself. Near fall. And I'll tell you what, Jinx has earned it. She's traveled. She's worked hard. Katie loves that spotlight, but Jinx is a workhorse.
I mean, yeah, Jinx could definitely usurp the queen of the silver screen's throne, if I do say so myself. She definitely has all the in-ring talent. She has the charm.
Jinx went for that variation of the Dudley Dog, but Katie countered. We've seen both athletes bring out their best and it not be enough.
Now Katie seems to be arguing with the ref. I don't know if that's going to get anywhere here.
With all the shenanigans that the referees have been putting on, I don't think arguing with him is the best course of action for Katie.
Hey, it's that celebrity mentality. They're used to getting their way. They're used to being catered to and coddled, and that's not going to happen here at Pit Fight. Referees have full authority to enforce as they see fit.
Well, if CJ interferes with Katie's match, though, he's not going to get any movie roles.
That is true. It's all about connections and who you know, and Jinx just connected with that takedown. I don't think she got all of it, though, but certainly got enough to stun Katie, and Katie may have landed head first on the way down.
Yeah, all I'm seeing here is near fall after near fall. These two are nearly neck and neck in this matchup. I don't even know who's going to come away with this, honestly.
No, that's why we have these matches, Kyle.
That's exactly true.
And Jinx is going to take a chance. But you can see what this matchup has taken out of her, that slow ascent up top.
And Arquette stuffing whatever Jinx was planning. Oh, no! And Arquette going up with her, looking for a superplex perhaps. Jinx able to block it. In a very precarious situation both of these women are in right now.
That headbutt sent Katie off balance. Katie looking to make Cousin David proud. Oh, the official set into the ropes. Momentum takes Jinx down.
CJ Sensation accidentally getting involved in this matchup, but hopefully this doesn't cost Jinx in the end.
I mean, Katie was risking disqualification there by putting her hands on the official, but I mean, credit to CJ. We want clear wins and losses here, but oh, what a fallaway slam.
Katie adding the creme de la creme, tossing Jinx off that top rope.
And Katie not messing around anymore. Falcon Arrow, nicely done, stacks her up. Katie gets her. Well, gentlemen, Katie Arquette maintains her lead role here in the Pit Fight Women's Division and certainly elsewhere as well. Katie Arquette still the name on so many lists when it comes to women's professional wrestling.
Ago, I was standing right here in this spot, getting ready to grab my bachelor's degree and finally leave the Pitt Greensburg campus. I did leave, then 4 years later, here I am back again. And I am ready to be here in Greensburg and take over Pit Fight, where I am going to take on the best tag team in Pittsburgh. And guess what? I have a surprise for you guys. Tune in to see it.
Hunger exists in every county in America. More than 1 in 5 children are at risk. Armstrong continues to create awareness in our communities through Breaking Bread, our initiative to provide resources to food pantries and soup kitchens. Here's how to help. Stop by your local Armstrong office and donate non-perishable food items. Attend special Breaking Bread events held in your area, or volunteer at your local food bank. For more information, visit us on Facebook at Armstrong One Wire and click the Breaking Bread tab.
And now, wrestling fans, Pit Fight for Connors Pure, headed to the home stretch. This next event will be a 4-man tag team match scheduled for one fall.
It's Lewis! The only man that knows JavaScript as well as Klingon, it's Lewis, the resident nerd of Pittsburgh professional wrestling. And it looks like we got some hometown flavor here too, gentlemen.
Yep. Lewis the nerd actually graduated from the University of Pittsburgh or Greensburg in 2015, and we have Bruce the Bobcat out here to support him.
Now, does the Bobcat have a manager's license?
We can't talk about that on air, Joe.
I don't really think a Bobcat needs a manager's license.
Well, certainly Lewis with his gown and mortar board, very proud of his roots. We're going to hear from him.
4 years ago, the same exact building, I ordered the same exact thing. Welcome home! Welcome home! Now, unfortunately, my partner Drake Braddock is not here tonight. Doing military training. I could have just stayed at home or come back home. The Pitt Greensburg! So, who is my partner? I'm sorry, Bruce. But, to face the best, the main event, I need one of the best. So I signed a deal with the Reaper. My partner, Matt Connor!
Well, death waits for no man. Matt Connor making his presence known as part of Pit Fight, and this is an incredible choice for a tag team partner. And as Connor enters the ring, you can feel almost a chill come over this building because Connor, the embodiment of death, whether it's the demise of your aspirations, the demise of your goals, the demise of your hopes to win a matchup, Connor, another man, one of the most decorated the Pittsburgh area has seen over the past half a decade.
Definitely. And with the intelligence of Lewis backing him, I don't think there's anything that can stop him here.
Well, the only two things that are for sure are death and taxes, and between these two, I think they got both mastered.
Yeah, Lewis definitely seems like the type of guy who knows how to pay his taxes. I don't.
Well, now you've admitted that on the air, I'm going to deny ever having met you. Mike Rotunda will pay a visit to your house later, be that as it may. This is the most physically imposing tag team in the area today. And the normal fanfare that they would receive, perhaps audio difficulties may prevent that from being the case here tonight. Here we go. TME, the main event. That's MANE, main event. If you're seeing these gentlemen for the first time, Gannon Jones Jr., Pro Wrestling's All-Star, the meta-human Duke Davis, physically imposing, championship decorated, and certainly very, very powerful, very intense as well. Gannon and Duke, while the sound system is not cooperating with them, they certainly have a win-loss record, pretty much second to none when it comes to tag team wrestling in the area.
You know what? I'm kind of thinking their theme song's just so terrified of the Reaper that it just keeps cutting in and out.
Or perhaps old Bruiser Bobcat there had something to do with this. Is this sabotage?
It might be. I mean, look at those teeth. Would you trust those?
I think he was gnawing away at the wires.
Oh, that's true.
He's not wearing pants. I noticed that too.
We couldn't afford that.
Nah, not the budget. Crowd coming alive for the nerd. Usually you just find him like hanging on top of a flagpole somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, he likes to measure that wind velocity, I guess.
Not well. Not sure he's up there by his own volition, but okay.
I mean, hey, you never know. He might be doing some experiments.
I was going more like the wedgie route, especially because his undergarments are currently hanging out of his pants unbeknownst to him. But I'm just being observed. I'm just making observation. I'm telling stories.
Kyle's a man who likes to look on the bright side of things.
You're an ever-loving optimist, aren't you?
I really try to be.
You'll never last here.
That's unfortunate.
But I do love Lewis. He's somebody that many looked at over the years and said, "You'll never last here. You don't have what it takes. Go back to the classroom. Go back to the office. Go back to the laboratory. You're not an athlete." But Lewis, against all odds, has proven people wrong time and again.
Well, I don't know if you've heard, Joe, but there's a special stipulation in this match.
Is there?
Yes. If Lewis and the Reaper come away with this match, Lewis will get his very own bachelor's degree in professional wrestling.
Is that the case?
That is the case. We talked to the president ourselves. She said no, so we made one anyway.
Can confirm this conversation definitely did happen. Regardless, the main event looking to take advantage of Lewis the Nerd and Matt Conard.
So with one of those off-the-record stipulations at stake here, it's Duke and Conard. It is Lewis and Gannon Jones Jr. And Conard's one of the few guys in the area that can come close to going eye-to-eye with Duke or Gannon. So again, a great pick for tag team partner here by Lewis.
Is absolutely Lewis and Matt Conard clearing the ring here.
Amazing tag team.
I didn't do anything. Nobody likes me.
Apparently
he called you out, Joe.
They heard what you said. Apparently, whatever you said did not fall on deaf ears.
Well, everything that went wrong, I blame the Bobcat for. So that I have plausible deniability.
It's okay. That's usually what we do too.
There you go. Well, Duke and Gannon are athletes through and through, and I wouldn't overstep my bounds there, Mr. Bobcat.
Yeah, it's kind of sad. You know, usually the main event has Liddy the Lion, their own mascot, out with them. I would be curious to see what kind of shenanigans would unfold if both mascots were out here today.
Has Liddy been banned from the building? Is there any truth to that rumor?
Liddy was arrested for jaywalking on campus.
What? My gosh.
He also tried to break into the academic villages. It was just a messy situation. It caused too much controversy.
No, I think he just got lost. The peripheral vision's terrible in that head.
I mean, he can put on a suit, though. If you saw on Sorgatron Media, they were on the Wrestling Mayhem show, and he clothed himself. You're telling me he couldn't get into a building by himself?
Oh, that holds no weight because no one watches the Wrestling Mayhem show. I'm kidding. Shout out to Sorg, IndieWrestling.us. Go buy things. Mostly my things. Lewis now may have been going for the knee. Oh, great drop kick. Gannon's about 6'5". And that caught Gannon. Again, you don't judge a book by its cover. You look at these natural athletes their whole lives, Gannon and Duke, in the gym, on the field, whatever they're doing it and excelling at it. Lewis is an overachiever. He succeeds in spite of himself. And you can't underestimate him or put anything past him.
I mean, Lewis takes all kinds of things into consideration when entering a matchup. I mean, he's got aerodynamics, he's got physics. I mean, he's a smart dude. Just look at those glasses.
Absolutely.
I don't think this is a smart decision by him to try and out-muscle Duke here.
Yeah. Oh, Lewis might be in for a world of hurt here. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Where's that flagpole?
Duke looking to be a bully.
Oh my gosh!
Ripped them clean off.
Well, this is what I get for being an optimist.
I hope they're clean. Well, we got the box for briefs question taken care of, and Lewis explodes now with the right hand. He's upset. He's a little sore about the situation in more ways than one.
Reaper getting tagged in a few moments ago.
Yeah, and there was no jovial nature with the Reaper. He just wants to hurt you.
Common theme here at Pit Fight is A lot of unexpected events, like we saw earlier tonight. Rev's Open Challenge. We had Chris Taylor answer that challenge. Nobody expected him to be here. Nobody expected Lewis the Nerd's partner to not show up.
How about how wild the Bobcat Brawl was?
Exactly. Common themes here at Pit Fight.
Yeah,
never judge a book by its cover. You never know exactly what you'll expect. You'll never know when the Reaper might come.
Yeah, Connor elevates himself a moment ago on the metahuman Duke Davis, about a hair under 6'6".
Can a metahuman die, Joe?
Well, if you ask Duke Davis, I don't think he can.
But if you ask the Reaper, I think that's up to his interpretation.
Absolutely. And Connor springs in. Crossbody. Connor's deceptively big himself. He's about 6'4" or 5. And I don't see that out of Connor often, if ever. And Duke is so shaken, he's in the wrong corner.
I mean, when you stare into the eyes of the Reaper, I would definitely get a little scared too.
The eyes are the window to the soul, but oh! Duke takes advantage of Lewis.
Why has he always got to beat up on my man Lewis?
Wait a minute, Gannon tossed in that bottle and it went to the eyes of Connor. And I'm not sure what's in there, but certainly blinded Connor. It's some type of beverage, obviously, been drinking out of it, but.
What? We're just doing our job.
I think we were getting a little too close to the truth. Got to channel my inner Jesse Ventura, uncover the conspiracy.
My guess it was Mountain Dew voltage. That would blind anybody.
There you go. Come on, man! Well, Duke and Gannon, TME, in firm control of this matchup right now, regardless of the means they went about to do so. And Lewis taken out again.
And the Bobcat stunned that the main event would do such a thing to Lewis.
Gannon punting the skull of Connor. There's a cover, 2-0. Well, TME are picking on Lewis here. Unfortunately for Lewis, the only thing he knows how to protect is his pocket.
Yeah, I mean, Lewis has a bachelor degree in pretty much everything. Accounting, biology, chemistry.
But not yet pro wrestling.
Not yet.
That's why we're here.
Yeah.
And I think Gannon and Duke are playing spoiler here because they're keeping the alum, they're keeping the hometown boy out of the ring right now and neutralizing Connor.
They're just scared because I think they know the crowd is behind Lewis.
Scared, maybe a bit confused too. Crowd chanting Reaper, that doesn't happen very often. But it works here because this is Pit Fight and anything can happen. Connor breaks the grip, but man, Gannon is on point with that drop kick to the butt of the jaw. Could this be all? No.
And Gannon almost putting away the Reaper there.
And there's nobody Gannon's size, 6'5", probably close to 260 pounds, that moves in quite that way.
Yeah, but it's going to take a lot for main event to literally put down Death himself.
Very true. Drop toe hold, and Duke with that tree trunk of a leg. And again, the natural-born athletes showing off their prowess as they make it look easy.
I think if I talk to them, we could form a UPG football team just with them.
You only need the main event to get the job done, as they've proven time and time again.
I mean, hey, they'd better be better than Maine's football team.
Current IWC Tag Team Champions here in Pittsburgh, Premier Tag Team Champions in Ohio, and certainly contenders everywhere they go. Blackcraft Wrestling has showcased them on iPay-Per-View, part of WrestleRex on iPay-Per-View a week ago. I can get used to this working Thursdays thing twice in a row, I'll tell you. Lewis in the ring now trying to get to Duke, but Connor is neutralized, and Duke playing on Lewis's temper. You don't get a wedgie without getting a little hot under the collar here, and Duke knows that.
I think Duke's just trying to play some mind games with Lewis here, so maybe it'll throw him off.
Yeah, I don't think there's no mathematical equation here to get past the rules of the official, unfortunately for Lewis.
I mean, the main event might do anything they'll take away with this match. I heard before this they broke his calculator.
No. Thankfully, we all have one on our phones now.
Yeah, but they broke that too.
No.
The app or the phone?
Yes.
All right then.
Poor Lewis. He's had a hard knock life.
Come on, Reaper!
Do you think the Bobcat is adding any ambiance to the main event's victory? Like, do you think he's intimidating them by chance?
I think the Bobcat needs to realize he's in dangerous territory out there.
He is. He's right behind Gannon. He could get super kicked for all we know.
Absolutely. I think the Bobcat's as intimidated as the rest of us and concerned as Gannon and Duke come in with a stomp.
That was quite a stomp. But honestly, Joe, if the Bobcat did get super kicked, I think that'd be a call for free tuition.
I mean, the way his mouth's hanging open, I think his jaw's already broken. Gannon now with a cover, 2 count only.
I think he's just so awestruck by the ability of the Reaper.
Well, the Reaper's got a lot of staying power, that's for sure. As Gannon, let's not underestimate the agility of Gannon Jones Jr. Again, deceptive agility from Gannon Jones as he ascends the turnbuckle to take a chance.
Up to the high rent district.
Nobody there.
Moonsault, nobody home.
Great hang time, bad landing.
And now this might be the Reaper's chance to get the nerd in. This might be his chance to get some rest.
He has a name, Cornell.
Listen, you can't tell me the Reaper isn't a cool nickname.
I mean the nerd. I mean Lewis.
Both of them. See, you did it too. You made the mistake too.
Well, Gannon not going to make the mistake of letting Connor make the tag.
And he's going up.
Oh, Connor reverses inverted DDT.
He gets another opportunity.
Gannon got spiked right in the back of his head. But does Connor have the wherewithal to even know where he is?
Well, you think with Death, he has some sort of resiliency. Let's see if he can show it here.
Death doesn't take a holiday. Certainly he's got to be working here tonight to find his way to Lewis.
Yeah, he doesn't even take off on Arbor Day.
Matt Conrad crawling slowly. Looking to make the tag. And he makes the tag. Both men get tagged in. And Lewis the nerd with the first strike.
Let's see some of that nerd strength.
Lewis taking out all the energy he had from his high school bullies on the main event right now.
Oh, beautiful springboard back elbow.
Flattens both members of the main event.
Lewis was channeling his inner Putski a moment ago with those Polish hammers.
You ever hear of Revenge of the Nerds? Well, that's what we're seeing right now.
Here we go. Oh, that discus clothesline. Oh, got Duke that time. That lug blower connects, call it what you will. Code breaker, could be it, no. Lewis could feel so close to getting some redemption here. Everybody that ever criticized him, judged him, threw him in a locker, thought he wasn't good enough. Man, if he's on the winning end, oh no, Gannon from behind. Oh, Lewis into the post, Connard back in, but is it too soon?
Not his brain.
But Connor, once again, the DDT Duke counters. Duke bails out his partner. Referee quickly losing control of this contest, but Lewis out of the Tiger here. Look at him measure Duke. Oh, went for the code breaker again, got pushed off. Now under a back suplex.
Oh, Lewis unfortunately came up short with not being the eye of the Tiger, but the eye of the Bobcat, unfortunately, in this case. A much smaller, deadly cat.
Connor the pump kick. And got caught. And as we run our way through the Animal Kingdom, with the lion-like mane, TME become kings of the jungle.
Well, the main event found a way to cheat death here tonight, folks.
And I think it's back to the Cracker Jack box if Lewis is looking for any type of degrees, diplomas, or any other type of paperwork in professional wrestling. TME get the victory against a makeshift team. Could not pull it off against the established standard bearers of tag team wrestling. And what's going through the mind of Lewis? What's going through the mind of the Bobcat?
Well, honestly, I think this is an outrage, and I think Lewis thinks so too, because, you know, this was supposed to be his comeback after 4 years, performing in front of his school, his alma mater, and then this happens.
You know what, though? Lewis comes back home and shows those attending school here, shows those who attended school with them. All things are possible if you believe in yourself. You can live your dream. You can be what you want to be. Lewis may not be the victor, but Lewis, in my mind, comes back home a champion.
Are you moving at the speed of business? File transfers, multiple locations, video chat. Companies these days are using more data than ever, and it's got to be fast. With gigabit internet from Armstrong Business Solutions, you can keep up with the pack no matter what size your company is. We can provide your business a reliable connection to our advanced fiber optic network with speeds from 100 megs up to 10 gigs per second. Get your business in the fast lane. Armstrong Business Solutions. Your business is our business.
And now, wrestling fans, for the Chambers Hall Gym, Pitt Greensburg campus, Greensburg, Pennsylvania. This will be your pit fight for Clover's Cure final match and main event of the evening. It'll be a fatal four-way match for the newly established Pitt Fight Championship.
Well, the namesake of Pitt Fight, what we've all come here for as part of this amazing fundraiser, Connor's Cure. One man will be the face of this movement. We'll determine that in this main event. Beware, gentlemen, it's another lawyer. The gavel, David Lawless, feels he's judge, jury, and executioner, and he has captured singles gold throughout the area in the past. Lawless handing out his business card. He's the type of guy that would chase an ambulance if he saw one. Or hi, David. How you doing, pal? I was just saying how you're. Oh, yeah, Lawless, man, piece of garbage. This guy's money hungry. He would run a 4-minute mile to chase a fast buck, let me tell you.
He even brought a gavel. That's nice. It's in his name.
He's the gavel, and that's, by the way, made out of solid, heavy oak, which more often than not has found itself across an opponent's forehead.
Well, there's no disqualifications in this fatal four-way match, so he might bring down the hammer in this match.
Why don't you enforce the rules better? Poor Joe McCoy is powerless now. You know how hard it is to get McCoy out of his house? Such a goody two-shoes, worried about his refrigerator breaking all the time.
Hey, man.
Bulk Nasty is mad, bad, and dangerous to know. I've been around this man for about 5 years. I have never seen him smile.
And he's mostly angry tonight because he can't read David Lawless's business cards.
Let's very clearly state that was said by Kyle Harper, not the other two individuals who value their livelihoods and use of all 4 of their limbs.
So Cornell Grigsby said it. Gotcha.
I don't think that's the case at all, but here we have our third entrant in our fatal four-way main event of the night.
Good call, Cornell. Move on. Let's see what Bulk Nasty, that power game, brings to the table, counteracted with what is really 3 very diverse styles. We'll meet entrant number 3 in just a second. Well, he is the New Age plague because he intends to infect the world. Gory brings a cloud of darkness everywhere he goes.
And it looks like he infected his own theme music.
Virus detected, 404 error. But audio issues notwithstanding, Gory speaks for himself, music or not. Gory is dangerous, pound for pound, in my opinion, not just the quickest, but the toughest in this area, and a daunting personality. We said earlier, the eyes are the window to the soul. Gory is flat out soulless. Imagine what he would do with the Pit Fight Championship. Well, we're still having a party because the Spasmanian Devil's in the house. Andrew Palace.
Pretty sure he just phased through the guardrails there.
Regardless of what he's doing, I don't
and
think
he's still
he really
moving.
cares.
Maybe he smells the belt.
Each of these four men looking to capture the gold here in this main event. Well, Palace looking like he has the most amount of energy out of everybody here. That definitely going to give him an advantage.
Palace is capturing our imaginations right now.
Worried he might gas himself before the match even starts.
After an inspirational soliloquy of Celine Dion during our intermission earlier by Andrew Palace, could that will him forward? Will his heart go on to the Pit Fight Championship? And as far as I know, from the best of my recollection, 3 out of 4 of these men have held the top title in a given company in their career. I believe Bulk Nasty is the one that does not fall under that category.
Well, he's definitely had some impressive competition for the belt, though. Recently fighting against Wardlow at IWC for their heavyweight championship.
Wardlow, Jimmy Vegas, any monster, any giant, any badass that has been through the area, Bulk Nasty's got right up in their face and called them out.
It looks like everybody's deciding who to hit here, and we're getting into the action now.
They've made their decision. Lawless going after Gory, Bulk Nasty going after Andrew Palace.
And am I correct? This is one fall to a finish.
Yes, it is.
As Lawless and Bulk, a makeshift allegiance. Doesn't work. Gory and Palace have teamed together in the past, by the way.
And it definitely shows here.
Oh.
Unfortunately, tag team experience isn't going to do a whole lot here because this is every man for himself.
Yes, the one-time called Plague of 1,000 Hairs in Lucha Libre lore come out as Gory and Palace with stereo drop kicks. Four divergent paths this Pit Fight Championship could end up. It could be partying with Palace, in the darkness with Gory, in the law offices of the Gavel, or it could be wherever the hell Bulk Nasty hangs out, probably the gym.
Or a slaughterhouse. Do you imagine how much protein that guy gets?
All of the protein. Gory and Palace standing tall, center ring, Palace to take down.
Well, looks like that makeshift tag team definitely didn't pay off in the end.
Only one man can win. It's strange bedfellows. It's an alliance of convenience, but there are no friends when it's an individual sport. And Gory gets the height to take Palace over.
Gory, definitely a high-flying, high-acrobatic, high-risk type of fella, if I do say so myself.
And he will use fellow. That's not a word used to describe Gory that often, but he is very, very dangerous and can use his body as an offensive weapon. When Gory gets that kind of momentum with that triple jump, man, you wouldn't know he was 175 pounds.
No, you wouldn't. He's taken down men much bigger than him. Recently at 2PW.
A thirst for flesh as Gory bites, if he can find any flesh through the hair of Palace.
It's because we ran out of pizza at the concession stand.
And because he prefers raw flesh better.
Bulk with incredible strength here, lifting both men up. Lawless with a kick to the midsection.
Bulk about 290 pounds, and I don't know if that was wise by Lawless. Let Bulk do the damage, then sneak in and get the job done. Lawless is a lawyer. He's used to sneaking in after people are already hurt.
Well, maybe he thinks that Bulk's going to hit him in like an illegal way, and then he's going to sue him after all this.
Unfortunately for Lawless, that's not how the professional wrestling world works.
Well, maybe it's how he wants it to work, Cornell.
On the land of make pretend, David Lawless can do anything he wants, but this is pro wrestling.
And by the way, Cal, there's no way to illegally hit someone. There's no disqualifications.
You're right. I said that earlier.
Just bringing it forward, just resetting for the home viewer, as Lawless again has ticked off Bulk Nasty, which means he just looked at him, basically. That's what you need to do to make Bulk Nasty mad.
Yep. Well, Lawless looks like he's making no friends in this contest.
No one likes a lawyer. Don't get litigious in wrestling. Doesn't work well for anyone. Oh, Goozle. Choke slam.
Oh.
Bulk definitely playing judge, jury, and executioner right there.
Lawless may have to be his own hurt in the workplace attorney at this point. Palace pushed away. Again, Bulk, I believe, is 288. Palace 205, Gory 175. You do the math at home as far as the advantage Bulk has. Gory elevated, but Palace helps out Gory. Again, that strange bedfellows. Can they both muscle Bulk over? And can Bulk muscle both over? Jockeying for position here.
Battle of strength from all three of these men.
Bulk take it down.
Palace
They do it.
Suplexing Bulk.
And Bulk's certainly not used to being driven down in quite that way. He's feeling the after effects.
Oh no, what can be going through Gory's head right now?
Well, Palace, I think we know high risk, maybe a foot. Bulk and Lawless are infighting, but wait a minute.
Palace looking to fly.
Palace!
And he flies! Looks like Bulk absorbed most of the impact.
I don't know if that's the present they want here.
Palace connected with a tope, and now New Age Plague. Tope and Hilo, the body splatter.
There is a plethora of people outside the ring now, Joe.
And all of them are in front of us here.
Gory gets the definitive advantage at the end of that. Maybe did not go to Palace's favor to volunteer to go first. And Lawless just got sent right out of the ringside area.
Continuing to get closer and closer to us as action continues outside of this ring.
And again, no disqualification. That means no countouts as well. These guys are going to go till we have a winner.
Pandemonium all across this gymnasium here.
Gory looking for help from the fans to hold Lawless. That's legal. Bulk and Palace up in the bleachers.
And they're really taking this match everywhere. Unfortunately, a pinfall can only happen in the ring, so hopefully they get back there at some point.
That's very true. You can't win or lose this matchup on the floor, but you can do a hell of a lot of damage and maybe neutralize somebody.
Oh, absolutely. There's chairs, there's wooden bleachers. I mean, hell, even the floor's solid wood underneath this padding.
Absolutely.
These wrestlers here looking to give a front row seat, an up-close and personal view of what it's like to be in their shoes here for these fans and students.
Hey, let's make it clear, Kyle, when you say padding, this is a covering that's literally more to protect the floor than it is these athletes.
Exactly. We're more worried about scratches, honestly.
Gory getting bounced off of a merch table, it looks like.
Was it his own merch table, Cornell?
It could have potentially been. Bulk looking like he got bounced off of a chair.
And this could be the drastic means it takes to neutralize enough opponents to put somebody away. Palace, that young woman just beat the heck out of Bulk Nasty. We could have a line for him.
Now a kid looking to take a chop.
That's
chops Bulk Nasty.
Let's clarify, that kid gave a chop.
Kid gave a chop. He did not receive a chop.
He'd be in the morgue if he did.
Absolutely.
All of these people need to lock their doors tonight because Bulk is going to be out for a vengeance.
There literally was a line of fans for a moment. 3 or 4 of them got their shots in.
Complete chaos ensuing everywhere in this gym. Palace getting bounced off of the wall.
Lawless and Gory fighting in front of a lot of Pitt Greensburg officials right now. That's Troy Ross, our Director of Housing, Andre Richey, a graduate assistant, and Al Teal, mentioned earlier, our Director of Student Services, who made this whole show happen.
Well, now they're in the line of fire. They may be having second thoughts.
Could be in the danger zone here with this fatal four-way happening directly in front of them.
So is this Pitt Fight's version of the splash zone, Cornell?
Look how Gory just leapt.
Oh my goodness.
Off of what I think was Lawless, but Bulk caught him.
What is Gory doing? Gory hanging from the basketball rim.
Gory tried to escape the grasp of Bulk at all costs, and now...
And a Hurricane Rana outside of the ring, flat on the covering.
Gory used his surroundings to his advantage. Oh, just when you think you have Gory where you want him, he will slither out of harm's way. And able to take over a snake of a lawyer. And Palace wants a shot at Lawless now.
Ref set back in right.
Palace directing the flow of this match back towards the ring.
I think Palace wants an opportunity to win. Palace could beat Lawless here.
Palace could potentially secure his chance to win the championship.
Gory and Bulk too far away to interrupt. Palace and Lawless able to hang Palace up.
Gory making his way back.
Yeah, back to ringside. Lawless is hurt. Palace having trouble breathing. Gory and Bulk is right behind. Cannot forget about Bulk Nasty.
You never count a man like him out in this type of match.
They call Bulk the human crime scene for a reason. And Gory and Palace, once again, almost can you top this? They both want a shot at Lawless.
I mean, who wouldn't want a shot at Lawless at this point?
Well, I think Bulk senses blood.
Looking for it.
Oh,
what is happening here?
Oh, no. Bulk's going to bench press them.
Oh, my gosh. Bulk using all of his power.
I'm scared.
Bulk, no. Good Lord.
And the tower comes crumbling down.
Bulk's pure athleticism coming into play. He could probably bench press all three of them.
That is brute strength personified. Lawless was on top of that tower. He got the worst of it.
Lawless was definitely not flawless in that entire avalanche that just occurred in front of us here.
And whoever it is,
yeah, if you guys want to start taking them.
Whether it's Angle, Lawler, or Bulk, when the straps come down, the end is usually near. Ouch.
Lawless receives a chop.
Well, I think all three of Bulk's opponents are experiencing the Chop Festival that's coming to Pit Fight.
Courtesy of Bulk Nasty himself.
Bulk taking advantage of the fact all three opponents were compromised off that top turnbuckle, and it could be Bulk's chance to get the win of his career, but Lawless intervenes with the elbow.
I think that just makes Bulk nastier, perhaps.
I hate to see Bulk at his nastiest.
We might potentially get it here at Pit Fight.
Yeah, just stick around for more than 2 minutes at a time.
Just breathe in his general direction. Now each of these competitors looking to take a turn.
Yeah, it's what you call a receipt.
This Chop Festival has turned into a Chop Extravaganza.
You know what? Chops will tenderize that meat, but here see Lawless. Chops won't win a championship. Lawless picks an opportunity.
I think Gavel just wanted to change the pace up a little bit. I mean, everybody was chopping. He had to throw a fist at somebody.
He's a lawyer. It's in his nature to lie. He couldn't help it. Bulk Nasty, the big power slam. But Palace intervenes quickly. Man, four of the absolute best athletes in this part of the country just let loose on one another. Shades of Connor the Crusher's favorite wrestler, Daniel Bryan. Those side round kicks. You know Connor's smiling somewhere as Bulk intervenes.
Of course, Bulk's got to shatter everybody's dreams.
Looking for a clothesline, gets a double super kick.
Yeah, our Chop Fest turned into a super kick party. And Palace, great balance, but got taken down by Lawless. Gory went to move in high, and
Gory biting the dome of David Lawless.
That animalistic thirst for flesh once again comes into play. All four athletes in the corner.
This happened the first time. It wasn't pretty. I don't imagine whatever everybody's planning here won't be prettier than what just occurred.
Well, Palace is standing on Bulk for leverage. Gory the worst for wear now, but wait a minute.
Is this a human Jenga tower?
QAS!
My God!
The QAS from way up high, are you serious?
And Lawless taking advantage of Gory while he was celebrating, doing that awesome maneuver.
Lawless with the neck snap and now the pump handle backbreaker.
Drilling the spine of Gory into the cover. Gory still manages to kick out.
Lawless a half a count away from being the first ever Pit Fight champion.
Lawless looking to capitalize on Palace. Palace gets a shoulder up.
And that's smart strategy. Pin anybody you can. It doesn't matter who. First fall is a victory and a championship reign.
And Lawless, the only one standing right now. Well, I mean, he's picking Palace up right now, but do you think this plays a role in it, Joe?
Well, I think David Lawless seizes an opportunity here. There's nobody to interrupt the fall when everybody's down and Palace counters.
Spazmanian Devil looking for a Texas pile driver.
Yeah.
Oh no, what's he doing back here?
Oh, no, not again! You gotta be kidding me. This is the second time he's done something he wasn't supposed to be in.
Kyle the Fishheads. Beastman. And there's no disqualification.
Seriously, we got him a cage over intermission and he already broke out of it.
All of this is unfortunately legal as Beastman just steals the opportunity to win straight out of Palace's hands.
Why is Beastman targeting Palace? And where did he learn how to do that gesture?
Who showed him DX?
That's what happens when you put your Beastman in front of the TV and don't parent him properly.
I guess we're down to 3 men. This is a triple threat match now, apparently. 3 men left, Gory, David Lawless, and Bulk Nasty. Bulk with Lawless up on his shoulder.
Well, I feel terrible for Palace, whose dream just may have been ruined, but Bulk with it. Gory foozled. Gory not intimidated by anybody.
Gory going with his unique style offense, taking a bite out of Bulk Nasty's hand.
And Bulk elements, no, down to the backcracker. Or rather, got him in the front with the lung blower, and now Lawless. That twisting neck breaker.
Lawless trying to take advantage, pushing Bulk out of the ring. Oh, off to the corner.
That's a Lawless specialty. Bulk, whether it was instinct or momentum, rolled out of harm's way, can't get pinned under the ropes. Pump handle again, Gory counters. Missed! That mysterious red mist to the eyes! Where did it come from? QAS! Gory has done it!
Gory secures the win, becomes the first ever.
Gory has held championships in every company he's been. One of the most underrated athletes in the world today. The New Age Plague has officially brought his infection to Pit Fight.
Well, I do think if anybody's deserving of that title, it is Gory. He has fought matches around the world and showcased his skill, and now he is showcasing Pitt Greensburg here tonight.
And certainly Gory's infection is one that has been very popular and very entertaining to watch. But Gory, to be the face of this brand, to help combat an infection that's certainly anything but enjoyable, pediatric cancer in conjunction with Connor's Cure, Gory, a great representation because Gory, much like many of those afflicted, always fights no matter the odds. And tonight, Gory gets the big one. He's the Pit Fight champion.
He is indeed. Thank you again, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in tonight, and thank you for helping us fight pediatric cancer.
We'll see you next time for more Pit Fight down the line, and keep on donating to Connor's Cure. Support the cause. Gory now, the face, the New Age Plague, the new face of Pit Fight.